the first place. He put hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family. Hard times are when the textile workers around this country are out of work. They got 4 or 5 kids and can't pay their wages, can't buy their food. Hard times.
You know that I'm the cream of the crop.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Woo! I tore them all down, and I came here for one reason: to attack and keep coming.
I did it for the rock.
You will rest in peace.
I asked you 1,000,000 times to join the NWO, or you would be for life.
Shut your mouth, you thong-wearing fatty.
Bang, bang. And what you gonna do when Hulkamania run wild on you?
And that's the bottom line, cause Stone Cold said so.
Yeah! I will ride in nothing but limousines, and I will make love to nothing but the best looking women in the world.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
You will know that your ass is mine.
Bang, bang.
The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
You got a championship belt? I don't.
That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
When Ric Flair's in town, showtime! Woo! Sweet!
My belly's just a little big, my hand is just a little big, but brother, I am bad and they know I'm bad.
Beat me if you can survive, if I let you.
Orderly!
Woo! It is Rolex time!
For the Raven.
You just made the list!
Who's you beat, brother? Did you dig that? Shut up! I am the game! The whole show.
If I can be serious for a minute.
You son of a bitch! Brock Lesnar! Damn!
Austin 316 says I just whipped your ass.
Oh, you didn't know? I mean, you're the Donald Trump of wrestling. You make Steven Spielberg look like a guy running 8mm films in a garage someplace.
Will you stop?
You don't want to recognize my belt, huh? You don't recognize my belt. I think you're a liar. I think you're a flat-out, straight-up, lying, crying bitch.
That's right. It is Friday the 13th. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. And oh boy, do we have a show for you guys tonight. It is a special episode of DSD. And welcome. Thank you for joining us. I am Boxman. We've got over there Anthony. What is going on, sir?
What's going on, Box?
Oh,
Happy Friday the 13th.
absolutely. Happy Friday the 13th. Smark, what is going on with you, buddy?
Woo! What is up, everybody? The Ron Popeil of podcasting. How's everybody doing?
Ron Popeil. He's got a pocket fisherman, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, to make this show even more special, I have two guests on here with us. We've got Big Bad Bobby Anthem. What is up, Bobby?
It is Friday the 13th, so you have to have an Inhuman on the show with you. So
Absolutely.
That's me. What's happening?
What is up? And, ladies and gentlemen, we're throwing it back. Shaheen, my brother.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm still fucking, still banging and hanging, still alive.
All right.
Figure we come on here and fucking get everybody infected. I'd get all of you fucking over with.
There we go. Let's just get it done with, man. I mean, fuck. The world is
I already
ending.
dug the graves and everything, dude. So it's I'm all ready.
Bro, who you fucking... What's it, Goodfellas? You digging a grave early? Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
Been watching a lot of Undertaker and AJ Styles. So yeah. But no, in all seriousness, all hell is breaking loose. So I hit them up and I figured, we'd all get an old school episode together. Because I kind of wanted to do a coronavirus episode and I wanted to get Bobby on. And I was thinking about getting some other people on. And I was like, well, fuck, let me ask the DSD dudes if they want to hop on and let's talk about the coronavirus. And of course, we can tie in wrestling because It's definitely hitting wrestling, man. I mean, you know, we can definitely get into that. It's hitting in different layers, from independents to conventions to everything, to myself, you know, honestly. So we can definitely get into that. But
it's really hitting every sport, everything. It's just kind of it's just kind of making everything a little tough right now. But we'll all make it through.
Too. So to humanize it a little bit.
Libraries.
Right. Well, I'm talking about jobs. Like, I'm talking about career-wise. This is gonna definitely take a toll on a lot of independent, self-employed people like myself. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, what I do to a lot of people is a luxury. It's not a need. You know what I mean? So in a crisis like this, people might not necessarily want to pay somebody to, paint their dog, or pay for an indie wrestling show, or pay to go see a fucking cover band. You know what I mean? So a lot of those independent, careers are kind of left in the air right now, which it's no pun intended with left in the air, but fuck, dude. I mean, it's kind of terrifying, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and you really shouldn't be putting paint on animals anyway, Shaheen. What's wrong with you?
Painting that.
So, Box, does this mean we have to name this episode after a Phil Collins song?
There's something in the air tonight. There is something in the air tonight. Anyway, I guess we can go ahead and knock the plugs out real quick. This is going to be real simple for me because most of my plugs are sitting right across from me. So, Shaheen, why don't we start with you? Why don't you go ahead and plug your shit?
All right, well, you guys can mute for like 25 minutes. You know, my plugs are fucking DJ Hyde status. But nah, you can check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/Wrestling Overdose. I got an interview with Tony Atlas that I'm throwing up on there. It's a video interview. I got one with Jimmy Hart, and I got one with J.J. Dillon, which J.J. Dillon, like, cried in the interview. He had, we had a moment, man. He had a breakdown. So if you want to check that out, I'll have it on the Patreon. Also, check out Chairshot Tees, chairshottees.com right now, officially licensed. Fucking T-shirts from Bruiser Brody to Terry Funk to Jake the Snake Roberts to Legion of Doom. You name it, it's up there. And also, you can hit me up for any kind of graphic needs. nuclearheatgraphics@gmail.com. And also Modern Vintage Wrestling, which is, we'll get into that in a second. I got an announcement to make for that, obviously. But it's a promotion that I've teamed up with, that I'm helping with the booking, with the event planning. I mean, you name it, I've helped with the show. So, it's kind of a pride thing. Kind of killed me because I put 6-7 months into setting this show up and visiting the venue and just so much into it, and here we are now, 2 weeks away from the show, and who knows if it's even going to happen now. So those are my plugs, but definitely check me out. I'm doing a lot of different things, but with the corona, like I said, I don't know. I would have a million more plugs with events coming up, but I just don't know if anything's going to happen right now. So,
well, I got my fingers crossed for you, brother. Like I said, Shaheen, you're my breakout star of 2020, sir. So there you go.
I broke out and they fucking kicked me right back in. I broke out last week. It's like 2020 was going to be my year, and then the corona said, just hold my drink real quick. I'm fucking settle this dude out.
We're only 3 months in.
Right now. Take a fucking seat. You're not going nowhere. 2020, it's a wrap.
Nah, we're only 3 months in, man. We got plenty of time to pull this motherfucker out. But
no, fuck that. Corona already is the biggest heel this year. Maybe a decade. And taking everybody out.
And by the way, folks, it is okay to drink Corona beer. Bobby, go ahead and knock your plugs out real quick if you don't mind.
Yes, sir. My name is Bobby Anthem, and as always, I'm joined on the Inhuman experience with my partner, my ace, and my fellow Inhuman, Bobby Blades. We've been pretty busy. We've been consistently dropping something every Sunday or Monday. So, yeah, man, you can find us pretty much anywhere. We do paranormal, strange and unexplained, esoteric, things of that nature. I'm not always available to appear on the show because technology hates me. It's kind of a miracle that I'm on right now. And in the cases where I'm not available to appear on the show, Bobby Blades always holds it down. He usually finds somebody to be on with him, and that will be the case for the next episode that we have coming up. It is a very special one that I'm actually kind of proud of. Thanks to Bobby Blades, he always holds it down. So yeah, you can find that show any and everywhere where you can find podcasts, and you can find us on Twitter at IEXP_podcast. I'll also have another show that I am a regular part of. Saturday morning cartoons. That's morning with a U, where the guys talk about different cartoons, the cartoons we grew up watching, and lately they've been doing a lot of newer cartoons. I have a segment on there, so check that out. That doesn't go live anywhere. That's also available for download. And since I'm here, I just want to show some recognition to some more of our podcast friends that everybody should check out, because they're a part of our family. You know, we're one big family. So, Get in the Corner with Yuck Nasty and Dogger Baby, Transcontinental Project with Luke Birch and Sensible Sam, WNC Super Party, and did I mention It's Pathetic with Scott and Rye Bread?
Yep.
And a new show from another friend of ours who is always listening. Sardirk a lot started a show called Dirty Deeds Done Dirk Cheap. So yeah, I figured Boxman would get a kick out of that one. So yeah, that's just wanted to show some love to a lot of our friends who listen to every single one of us who's on this call right now. So, always got to spread the love.
All right, man. Definitely appreciate it.
You know what? I actually have one more plug, if you don't mind.
No.
Bill Apter. I'm working on something with Bill Apter. We're gonna put it under Clothesline Media. So Clothesline Media is another project I've been working on for the last probably 6-7 months. We're gonna launch the website this week, and a lot of work is going to be going into this. Like, Bill Apter is going to be working with us. So there's going to be a lot of original video content, from interviews to different podcasts. So definitely look out for that as well. Clothesline Media. And what I'm actually going to be going to Bill Apter's house to do this interview where he's going to basically just display the art and talk, interview me about the art and shit. So, and that was his idea. So I very much greatly appreciate Bill Apter's generosity when it comes to wanting to help other people out. So I want to shout him out.
Very nice.
Amazing.
Nice, Shaheen. Look at you, man. Fucking fancy motherfucker. All right, guys. And once again, don't forget to check out the High Marks. And, of course, check out the Unscripted Wrestling Podcast. Find all those on the usual podcast platforms, TuneIn, Player FM, anywhere else you get your podcast from. And, of course, thanks, to Stephen Milan, Letterboxd, boxd.com/Stephen Milan, 2 L's in Milan. God damn, that man can review some movies. Go check him out there.
Hell yeah.
There you go. And I believe we're going to do Hollywood Hangouts Sunday. Right, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Good to me.
We'll figure something out for that. Yeah, we'll just planned it. Hey, Hollywood Hangout this Sunday. Probably around 8 o'clock, 8:30. Who knows? We'll find out. Anyway, we will see you guys then. Enough of the plugs. Let's get to the coronavirus, because that's what you guys want to hear about, right? Right.
Only there was somebody somewhere else to go to hear about that. The burden has fallen upon us to discuss it.
Well, I'm not going to say the burden, but it is hitting the wrestling community. Now, I know, we did say on Wednesday that this did... GCW did say their show is going on. I'm sure Shaheen might know a little bit more about that. I don't know. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But show is going on.
I can get into all the indie stuff in a little bit. I guess we can, kind of, once we get into the wrestling portion of the coronavirus, I can kind of try to update people with what I guess the latest, because nobody really knows. At the end of the day, Brett doesn't know. Nobody knows. WrestleCon doesn't know. Vince doesn't. Nobody knows. You know what I mean? So. No. It is what it is, really. Everybody's taking it a day at a time. I don't know if you guys saw the WrestleCon video that they posted. Did anybody happen to see that?
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it when you posted it earlier on your page.
All right, so Mike from High Spots basically put a video up. I would send it to you, Boxman, but it's like 15 minutes long or some shit. It's a long video. Okay. So I'll try to sum it up for you guys real quick. But he basically said that he has about $250,000 invested into WrestleMania weekend. And the hotels have a guarantee, so they're not refunding anything. Basically, he said that if WrestleMania doesn't happen and WrestleCon has to cancel, High Spots and WrestleCon are going to be bankrupt. And he said he will refund everybody back, but in order to do so, the dude's got to put up his house. So,
what?
Yeah. So, I mean, dude, you're laughing right now, but you got to understand, people like me, I have a couple thousand in WrestleCon.
Right.
So this worries me because I'm like, dude, you're you're talking about putting your house up for sale. Like good luck paying me for my tables. Like if this shit gets canceled, people, and I'm not trying to like make myself like I'm involved in I'm not involved in wrestling business. I'm a vendor, but at the end of the day, I have a lot of money invested into WrestleMania weekend. So this type of shit, aside from just the worry of actual virus, like financially, a lot of people, including myself, are going to take a big hit from WrestleMania weekend. You know, because people can sit here and say they're going to refund shit. Like, good luck trying to. Listen, man, you pay some of these wrestlers like in cash at the previous show you had them at. You think this dude's gonna fucking PayPal you $500 when the shit isn't actually going down? Like, it's a lot of those situations. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not as easy as people think. As far as actual shows, you know, a lot of the insurance companies aren't covering the liability issues because now like the coronavirus that's not what they signed up for.
Right.
You know. So there's a lot of complications. Basically, to sum it up, I think everybody that has $1 invested into WrestleMania weekend at this point is just praying that Florida forces Vince to shut it down, because if that happens, then everybody can actually get refunded. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? Like, Florida has to force it because Vince isn't going to do it. Like, Vince will run this shit. He doesn't give a fuck.
Right.
That's what's going on, you know? But if that goes on, WrestleCon must go on, and at the same time, a lot of people are not going to show up because who in the fucking right mind wants to show up in the middle of this shit to watch wrestling? Like, go fuck yourself, dude. If you're actually showing up to bring your kid because he wants to see Goldberg and Roman Reigns, if you get the coronavirus, I call that natural selection. Like, that's just, you know, you're a dickhead for that. So,
and strangely,
I would expect me putting up, you know, a lot of money for WrestleCon, other people putting up a lot of WrestleCon. We're probably not going to make our money back because a lot of people aren't going to show up.
Man.
So you know, a lot of people are going to either break even or lose money if WrestleMania runs. But if it doesn't run, then you can kind of force the hand to be like, dude, I mean, come on, it's under a state of emergency. I got to get a refund. Like, what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So everybody's kind of in that boat. I mean, Brett cut a fucking promo last night, basically saying, like, you know, 4 years of hard work and money went into the collective. And if this does not happen, who knows when the next GCW show is?
I actually heard that. I watched the first half of the show last night.
Yeah, and that's real, man. I mean, I don't want to put people's business out, but there's a ton of these different promoters that I've been talking to that don't have $1 left because they're losing, you know, fucking $20,000, $15,000 on flights.
Yeah,
you know?
and when you think about it, these little indie companies are the ones that have the most to lose here. You know, I mean, WWE can take the fucking hit; they'll make the money back in a year. It doesn't matter to them. This is a fucking, you know, dropping the fucking hat to them. But I mean, it might not look good to the fucking investors and the board members, but whatever, that shit goes away too. But it really hits those indie companies, man. Those smaller fucking companies, man. That's the ones that are gonna really be the fucking casualties here. I hate to put it like that, but they could end up being casualties here if shit gets like this, man. And no one thinks about that, though.
Yeah, you look at a company like ICW, right? Mm-hmm. Shout out to Danny DeMonto, you know, friend of mine. Shout out to them. Hopefully it runs and hopefully they do well. They're bringing in Kenta Kobashi. That's not a cheap talent to fly in from Japan.
No, and how's he going to get here at this point? He's going to have to go to the UK.
Yeah.
But now they're thinking about...
Probably not.
No, because now they're thinking about adding UK to it because there's been a bunch of cases, like 200 cases were found in UK today. So it's like, holy fuck. What? I mean, dude, this is one of the biggest clusterfucks. And like I said on Wednesday, I'm 100% not telling anyone. I don't want you to freak out, but I also don't want you to fucking take this as, no way I'm going to get it. Hey, man, you never know, bro. It's always the I'm never going to do this or do that people that always end up being fucked in the long run.
Yeah. The whole from the Jazz.
Yeah.
I swear, it will be on site. I swear, once this shit gets situated, they see him on the street, it's going to be on site for a lot of...
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
His public image is not going to recover for this shit.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of people are. It's just a real. I mean, this is one of the biggest clusterfucks, and the worst part about this clusterfuck it's a waiting game. Yeah. Every day is, well, what's going to happen today, and what's going to happen today, and what's going to happen tomorrow, and every day is just a fucking waiting game. And man, this
is scary. And for a lot of it, like, let's be honest, for a lot of us, this is our first life altering event. None of us, our parents, none of us, grandparents didn't live through like polio, the Great Depression in a lot of cases. So this is our first like holy shit type of world event, world catastrophe potentially. And I feel like you said, you still got to live your life. Can't live your life in fear, but at the same time, don't live your life like a fucking moron. I had to take a break from social media today because I can't count the number of motherfuckers that thought, oh, I watched a couple seasons of fucking Grey's Anatomy. I'm a medical expert. Fuck you.
That's real.
No, seriously, man. Like, oh, it's no big deal. And to Box's point, like you said, those are the people that end up laid up in the hospital. And look, jokes aside, I don't want to see anything happen to nobody, but people, I really think that a little more seriousness needs to be put into the situation. I'm not saying don't believe everything you see on the news. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. But this shit is real.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely treat it as real. But yeah, absolutely. Come to your own conclusions. I mean, if you don't believe it, whatever. I can't help you. But again, I also don't want anyone freaking out. And seriously, why are y'all buying so much toilet paper? What the fuck are y'all gonna do with so much toilet paper?
And now we're seeing that allegedly, like, some of the toilet paper is contaminated. Like, what the fuck? You can't win for trying with some people.
And by the way, I got a couple of friends that are truck drivers, and they are working like motherfuckers right now to get y'all your fucking hand sanitizer and everything. So just fucking take it easy. They're doing every goddamn thing they can, I promise you.
For sure.
I do have some. I do got a few truck driving friends out there. I've always kind of been, friends with warehouse guys and stuff like that. So it's just kind of, in the business that I'm in. But they're doing everything they can. And remember, all the shit was changed. They can only drive 8 hours a day now, and if they don't pull over, they're gonna get in trouble. So,
well, we kind of got a little bit of Shaheen's story. How about we kind of go around the table? How has the corona, this pandemic, affected everybody in their personal lives, work, just day-to-day operation? How's everything been going with everybody?
If you don't mind me taking that, I've been sick for 2 days. I did not go to. I got sent home from work yesterday. I said Wednesday I didn't feel very well, and then they heard me cough Thursday, and they're like, "Get out of here, go." And then today I was still coughing, and I didn't want to worry everybody, so I said I'm just going to work from home, and I did. So right now that's how it's affecting my work. But I'm going to tell you right now, there ain't no fucking way my boss will shut that company down for any amount of time.
He will.
No,
he will. Give it a few days, dude.
No,
it's the country's under a state of emergency.
You don't know my boss.
I'm just saying, like, he could. That's not really just ethically fucked up. Like,
Put it this way. Man, I don't even know if I should say it. The warehouse people don't even have sick days. I'll just put it that way. Let's just go there.
No, I get you. Like, I get that type of person. I'm just saying, like, this is something that, that, for example, let's say people come to work. Sure, you might be fine. What if you happen to live with your grandma or something, like myself, right? You give it to your grandma, and you got a dead lady on your hand because, you know what I mean? I don't know.
And you're right. The elderly are unfortunately more exposed to it because of, obviously their immune systems aren't as strong as not all. I'm getting up there myself, but they're just unfortunately they are more exposed. I was telling Smart before the show, when I went to grab something, and on the news they showed a thing, 17 cases here, 14 of the cases in North Dallas, which is where I'm at, is over 80, over the age of 80.
Right.
So
Jesus.
Unfortunately, it's the elderly that are, and people with underlying sicknesses that are catching this.
Right.
So, but again,
for example, people like myself would be fucked. Like, that's why my timeline is just flooded with people who are just like saying like, oh, like, I'm 25, who gives a fuck? I'll be fine. It's like the flu. I'm like, yeah, dude, like,
No.
It's fine for you, but for somebody like me, like you know, I've had MRSA quite a few times. It's shot my fucking immune system out. You know what I mean? So I get every disease that I can. I mean, you know, when we used to do a show, I got all kinds of weird shit. You know what I mean? From goddamn shingles to goddamn fucking Lyme disease to MRSA twice.
I remember the THC injury report. I remember.
Right. So I don't want to risk it because I know what my body can handle and what it can't handle. You know what I mean? And the unknown is not something I want to put in my body right now. I can tell you that. So,
right.
But,
Bobby, go
and
ahead.
unfortunately, that is the case for a lot of our friends who are listening to this show. You know, like, I'm not going to put everybody's personal business out there, but we have friends, like every one of us, we know people who are listening right now who have health issues like that. And this thing could very well easily take them out, you know. Some of my very close personal friends, again, I'm not going to put their personal stuff out there. They know who they are. And, you know, we have some friends who are a little bit older, so they fit that age group. Like, this is real. This isn't just a thing that's just happening on TV to people we don't know. Like, this is very, very close to us, you know. So it is scary. I can tell you that for me, my attitude has changed on this thing. Basically, day to day, my attitude kind of changes a little bit on this whole thing. You know, like, initially I was scared and I'm like, oh no, this is terrifying. And then that kind of eased. I'm like, oh, well, this is just the next thing that's going around. But then it's like, oh man, new information is coming out. Then, oh, we don't know what to believe. So literally it changes every single day. And I know that I'm not the only person. This is bottom line, where I landed with this right now is it is scary. Where it affects me personally is I am in Cleveland and I haven't been watching the news because I just can't bear it. I just can't deal with it. I know that this thing is going around, and at this point there's really nothing more that I can personally do that I'm not already doing. I am self-employed and I have clients who come to me. I'm not going to say what I do. I don't like to put, you know, my business out there like that, but I have clients who come to me, and I had a client today and I was just shocked that this client didn't cancel. And I'm like, okay, we're going to go along with this. I'm just going to be as careful as possible. And I swear to you, I was kind of terrified the whole time, but you know, I got through it. My kid's mother works at a school, and her job shut down. She's also in college, and of course, she won't be in class anymore. My 18-year-old, she's taking classes at home now. Everything is online. My youngest daughter is still in high school, and they closed down the schools. They started spring break early. My youngest daughter won't be back to school until the end of April. You know, like this thing is completely shuffling our way of life right now, like for everybody. You know, we're only seeing the potential. We like, a lot of us aren't even considering the potential of what this thing is going to do to the economy and to our jobs and to our bills and just little things like that. Like, I'm trying not to think of how the hell am I going to pay my bills, because eventually, within about a week or so, my clients are just going to stop coming altogether. And if I'm not working, I'm not getting paid. I don't have anything in place to make sure that I still have money coming in. If I don't have clients coming in, putting money in my hand, I'm not eating. Right. You know, so that's kind of how that's affecting me.
Wow. So yeah, and like you said, every day things change and your perspective on it changes every day, which I hope a lot of people are definitely changing their perspective every day on what's going on here. Smark, you've been over there really patient and quiet as usual. How's this affecting you over there in Tennessee?
Well, yeah, I mean, we already start off at a deficit because we don't believe in science in any form or fashion. So, now, but I will say, and I showed you guys the pictures before we got on Wednesday. I was like frantically trying to fucking find toilet paper. Like, and I will say that I ended up doing so, but like all the stores around here are fucking crazy. No toilet paper, no hand sanitizer. I mean, you guys know the whole 9 yards, what's not available right now, but like, I feel like at some point it's going to start, we're going to start getting to the point where it becomes even bigger necessities, like food, water, that kind of thing, that starts becoming bigger commodities. It starts kind of lacking in the abundance that it's available. Personally, like, it hasn't really affected, outside of that, it hasn't really affected mine daily life all that much, but just like I follow a lot of, like, Shaheen was talking about his business. He's independent, owns his own business, runs his own, does his own thing independently. There's a lot of independent bands, comedians, wrestlers, whatever, all kinds of performance art, show business type people that are just doing things on a small scale on their own. There's just so many people right now that are being affected. So many people are losing money and potentially losing jobs, and it's just a real bad place to be in. And like, I'm in my 20s, so it would be easy for me to have the same attitude that all, like we were talking about people on social media being like, well, I don't care, I'm young. Like, think beyond yourself for like 5 fucking seconds. Like, okay, great, you're not gonna die in the next hour, but how many fucking people, there's been hundreds of people that have died, there's been hundreds of people that have gotten infected. There are people that can't leave their fucking house right now because there's they're quarantined, they're forced to be inside for like 2 weeks or however long they're saying the quarantine's supposed to last for. So
forget people. A country is quarantined right now. Just
several countries.
Right, but I'm just talking about Italy. 66 million people in Italy right now can't leave their house for 2 weeks. Just think. Slow down and think about what I just said there.
Yep. Leave your house in Italy, you shot on sight.
Unless you have unless you have a hall pass.
We can, I'm just trying to add a little levity, but this is no fucking joke.
No, I know, man. But yeah, man.
What about you, Anthony? You're the one that asked the question. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Anthony always gets away with that. I always forget. Go ahead.
Yeah, he tries to escape that shit. He drops the fucking line and runs away. Throws a brick and hides his hand.
I will say, I will give him credit because he's really good at facilitating conversations, but he does a move that I've employed in the past, where you just walk up to the hot girl and you just make her talk about herself for an hour. She doesn't even know anything about you, and it makes you look like $100 million.
Oh, you guys are
brilliant tactic. He's such a good conversationalist.
Hey,
I do get him. I do a lot of times though. Go, Anthony, you asked the question, motherfucker. Let's do this. All right.
And all my answer. But all jokes aside, though, for me, I'm not going to get to where I work specifically, but I do work in a medical facility, and it's.
What, Anthony?
You hear me?
God damn you! Don't you do that shit to get away? No.
You're trying to get away.
No.
Genius.
Yes,
this
Lord.
man is a genius.
No. I got your fucking number on that one, bitch. Come on, answer the fucking question. God damn it! All right.
You guys hear me? I'm here.
Yeah,
you hear me?
I got you. Go ahead, man.
No.
I was killing time.
No. Sorry about that, folks. No, so I work in a medical facility. So right now we're playing it literally day by day at this point. There is a possibility that I could be off for a week or two, but that's going to be up to the city of Philadelphia, state of Pennsylvania. But as of now, any appointment from patients that is not essential has to be rescheduled for at least a couple weeks out.
Wow. Man.
So it's like I said, it's a day by day thing.
Mm-hmm.
And people already been sick, just common flu shit. You tack this shit onto it and go with it.
Well, adding stress, and I mean, people who are already paranoid, adding this stress on them doesn't exactly do good. And if you're already getting a cold, you're going to get a cold. There's nothing you can do about it. And right now, if you get a cold, people are nervous, man. I told you, they sent me home from work when they heard me cough, and I barely coughed. I just kind of went, and they were like, "Get out of here."
Yeah.
Dude,
so, now, I don't know.
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, and by the way, I'm ready. I got some hand sanitizer. I'm ready to start fucking putting that shit in dime bags and selling that shit $10 a fucking gram.
Oh yeah, fuck that. No joke. No joke. I don't know how you guys have to operate at your jobs. After we leave, we have to lock up every fucking thing because recently we had a fucking great heist. Literally every ounce of hand sanitizer that was not nailed down was stolen. Right?
I'm sure.
Fucking stolen. Lysol, handy wipes. I'm like, it took a fucking world crisis for people to realize, oh, I need to wash my ass. Who knew?
Right.
Like, who knew wash ass was a regular part of everyday life? Like Jesus Christ. But that's where I'm at. It's literally like a touch and go situation. Like I could be, like I said, I could go in Monday, business as usual. By Tuesday, gotta go home indefinitely. So literally, that's literally where it's at right now, day by day. This shit is literally changing by the day.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, Gene.
No, I mean we got a fucking Airbnb still in the air. You know, I mean, it's just minute by minute. I didn't even get a chance to announce my WrestleCon guest, and like it's probably not going to happen. You know, and and honestly, like it annoys me because for me personally, like 8 months of work went into like WrestleMania weekend. You know, from setting up the Wrestling Soup Show to fucking doing the after party to actually like getting involved with the ICW show that was going to run that Thursday to doing WrestleCon to having guests at the Collective. There was a lot of fucking planning, and then it just all just fucking went to shit, you know? And it's a weird spot to be in because, I mean, I might as well spoil it now because it's probably not even going to fucking happen. Who cares? But, like, we're going to have, like, Michael Elgin, Sabu, we're going to have Lanny Poffo, and we're going to have the Boogeyman and Mance Warner. And that was gonna be like my proud moment. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a roster to have by myself, but like none of that shit's gonna happen. And you know, just like Bobby was saying, take it day by day and how the approach changes. You know, less than a week ago. No, actually a week ago exactly. I went to New York City, and of course you guys probably saw the pictures and stuff. But you know, last week we had Jimmy Hart, Ascension, J.J. Dillon, Bill Apter, and Sabu. And I thought like this was no big deal. I went around thousands of people in New York City. I saw Don Tony. Don Tony came out, hung out with him. He was around thousands of people. Mish, same thing. Fucking Bill Apter. And you know, afterwards I hit up you know, one of my partners, Charlie. I hit him up and I told him, I was like, dude, I'm kind of freaking out now because like here we are, we're back 1,000 miles later, you know, and keep in mind, this was a 3-day trip, so we're with these dudes for 3 fucking days. Right. And Ascension, I'm not worried about. Sabu, I'm not worried about. But Jimmy Hart, J.J. Dillon, Bill Apter, you know what I mean? And you know, afterwards, we're like, I had to hit them up and like, yo, like, are you good? Because again, the incubation period isn't like 24 hours, right? So they could have got it last week, and it might just be kicking in tomorrow. You know what I mean? So thankfully, I mean, they're all okay. But yeah, it's been causing a lot of anxiety, and that's the big thing is the incubation period, dude. That's the fucking scary part about this, and the part that I think a lot of people don't understand. It's like, yo, you could be infected, and you possibly may not know for at least 5 days to even maybe 2 weeks. They're saying, right. Like, imagine you're carrying this virus with you for 2 weeks. And you could get hundreds of them sick, and they won't know for weeks. That's how this shit spreads to like thousands and thousands of people and takes over countries.
Imagine how that would rip through a WrestleMania crowd of thousands of people at a fucking time.
Yes.
From different areas too, like from different countries. You know what I mean? Like,
just distributing that shit around the world, man. Like PBS, just all
mixing strains together and shit, man. Man,
making some new shit.
Where's my X-Files music? Goddamn it!
Now, can I
COVID-19 and a half.
Jesus.
COVID-19 and a half. I think Bobby just named the show. Good job, Bobby.
Goddamn, but piggyback off of Shaheen, what Shaheen said, which is a great fucking point with the incubation. That just really sparks something in my brain here. So at my job, we have a check-in process. And because of this Corona shit, you got to ask. Basically, you got to do like a little survey. Have you been out of the country within the last month? Do you have any health ailments right now? Right. Any cold, fevers, rash, bleeding, dilating, dildo stuck up there? You got to ask these questions. If somebody literally put it to you like this, if somebody says I'm cold, I got a cold, they sneeze in your general direction. You literally have to isolate. You have to put them in this little isolation booth that we got. Got to call a nurse manager. They got to be sequestered to a specific room, like literally ASAP on the spot. We had microphone. We got like headphones. Like, this person, you got to come up here real quick. They over in section A. So this shit is real.
So you turn into boy in a bubble.
Basically, yeah. You got to be isolated. It's like for real. Like you got to isolate the threat. I hate to put it like that, but you got to isolate the threat in times of strife.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question? We can take turns on this one too.
No.
Do you guys have as many assholes on your timelines as I do? Where there's just people like fucking just going live like, yeah, windows down on my convertible, like no threat, driving around. It's like, all right, dude, I kind of hope you get it. Like you fucking asshole for just flaunting it and just out there just basically begging for this shit. Do you guys have any assholes like that on your timeline?
I actually don't. Everyone that I've seen is either a little too paranoid, which, whatever, or just taking it as a precautionary, doing what, the washing the hands and being good. I luckily haven't seen, now my timeline is full of a bunch of bullshit, so I don't know about anybody else, but I luckily haven't seen any of those people that are just like, I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a shit. I'm out here fucking coughing on people and spitting on fucking, sandwiches and shit. No, I haven't seen that.
Well, I don't think we got here the old folks home sneeze, not elderly shit.
Yeah, I'm just fucking pissing on elderly people, whatever. No, haven't seen them people yet. Luckily, because I would say something. I would.
Good.
I vaccinated myself from Twitter a while ago, man. I'm germ-free. I got rid of that fucking disgusting virus. And I feel so much better for that. I don't deal with that fucking grade of so-called human beings anymore.
Yeah. You had the bird flu. You got rid of it.
I had the bird flu. That's exactly what that is.
Yeah. It's the blue bird flu.
Much better.
The blue strain.
Believe me, I'm much better off, man. That is a much worse virus than anything, man. I got rid of that shit. I'm nice and healthy now.
Really
so, in all seriousness, you guys, we can take turns on this one. Did WrestleMania, will it happen or not? I'm saying no. There's no fucking way this thing's happening.
As of right now, I'm saying no. I'm saying it's going to be shut down. As of right now, that's how I feel. Unless there's some type of medical breakthrough, it's being shut the fuck down. There's no two ways about that. It's out of Vince's control. I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know who he thinks he is. We all know who he thinks he is. He thinks he's our Lord and Savior, but it's out of his hands. He's not going to be able to control this. He's going to be pissed off, but if it happens, that's going to be the worst fucking thing, man.
I say if this is not contained by next Sunday, he's going to be forced to shut down also. He just might not have a choice. He might not have we might be seeing WrestleMania from the Performance Center. We don't know.
Oh, God.
We don't know. But as far as if this is not contained by next Sunday, I would say he's not going to have a choice, man. He's just not going to have a choice, which, like Shaheen said, would actually be very good for a lot of people out there.
And I feel like that's the worst part of it, man. Like, when you look at all these other entities, the NBA, the NHL, MLB, they basically weren't forcing anything. Government didn't shut them down. They basically, on their own, made the ethical decision of, you know what, until we find out what this shit is about, we're going to suspend it. We're going to suspend the game, suspend the season, in the interest of public safety. Just from a moral standpoint, WWE is going to come out of this looking bad if they are forced to cancel, as opposed to doing the ethical thing and saying, you know what, we're going to postpone until we figure things out. It's not like people are going to just say, oh, WrestleMania is canceled, fuck WrestleMania. Whenever they decide to air that shit, people will still fucking watch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nobody's going to like cancel WrestleMania.
And
so I feel like the interest of public safety and just common sense, because all it's going to take is one asshole to say, they caught something, and it's going to lead to a chain reaction that they don't want. So I feel like Vince, the company, somebody in that company needs to develop brain and just do the smart thing. If not for ethical reasons, just for common sense, for public perception reasons. Because all it's going to take is a handful of people to claim they caught something, class action lawsuit. And I'm not saying that would bring the company down, but it would be a black eye that they wouldn't be able to recover from for a long ass time.
And it will be first time in history. So
yeah,
Vince loves first time in history.
What do you guys think if they spread WrestleMania around, almost like WrestleMania 2, and just did really small shows, like in front of like 100 people, and just fucking, you know what I mean? Did like,
no, that would kill. Honestly, that would kill Vince, because Vince is all about keeping up appearances.
Dude, you can't though. You can't put 80,000 people together right now. I'm sorry, Vince. Like, that's just not happening.
But that's what I mean. That's why it's another reason.
I know you think you're above the fucking law, man. But when it comes down to it,
I mean, I didn't answer the question, but I'll put it out there. I don't think the show's going to go on, because I feel like the more people get in Vince's ear, like, do you really want to sacrifice the aura of what WrestleMania is? Because you figure, even during the years where WrestleMania was complete dog shit, it still looked visually good on camera. You got the pyro, you got 80,000, 90,000 people losing their shit because it's WrestleMania. If you're Vince McMahon, do you really want to run WrestleMania in a big ass stadium that's half full, a quarter full?
No.
That'll do a lot of public damage to fucking what WrestleMania is supposed to be. And as a wrestling fan, as much as we shit on WWE, as much as we shit on like the current state of affairs with that company, we're all wrestling fans at heart, and we don't want to see our Super Bowl, the biggest representation of what's good about wrestling, reduced to a shindy type of show. And which if WrestleMania goes on this year, that's what it will be reduced to. Because nobody in their right fucking mind is going to want to travel to that show under these circumstances.
Yeah, you're
Real
right.
quick, we keep throwing around the word cancel. I don't think it'll be canceled. I think more accurately, it'll be postponed.
Yes.
And I don't think that'll be a terrible thing.
Right. Smart. We didn't hear from you on that. We need to. We must. We have to. Please tell us.
Well, no pressure at all there. Thank you anyways. Yeah. I would say probably. It's hard to say, because like we were talking about it on Messenger, they haven't even acknowledged that this disease exists. At no point during this week have they said the word coronavirus. There's no coronavirus. There's no disease, sickness, infection, illness, any of those words.
No, they
were not uttered on television.
No, they keep saying current situation.
Like, they're straight up.
You don't think Baron Corbin
like this
is
shit
going to
doesn't
try to
exist.
get heel heat off? You don't think Baron Corbin is going to try to get heel heat off this?
No.
You don't see that happening.
Baron Corbin is WWE's COVID.
The coronavirus is like the new Benoit. They refuse to mention it publicly.
Oh, stop. Smart, please. Oh, God. Smart, please continue.
Anthony just put the thought in my head of like putting the fucking Benoit's son out there as the coronavirus. That's like the only thing I can think about right now. But yeah, like it's hard. Like I think the idea of them doing like WrestleMania with the Performance Center, like I don't know if they would do that. Like, it's a combination of like, I don't think they're not going to shut it down under their own free will. Like, I feel like we can all agree on that. They're being stubborn as shit. If they're forced to, more than likely, yeah. But, like, I could see them, like, right now frantically trying to be like, well, what place is reckless enough to allow us to do this shit? Like, does Kentucky give a fuck? We could be in there. We could be there in a couple hours.
Kentucky, Tampa, same thing. It's not really a big difference, you know. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
But and you know, as far as postponing, I think that is Bobby has a good point there. Postpone is probably the definite word to use. And you know what? If people just have to postpone their trips, they'll do it.
But the kind of thing that's unique to this situation, I think, is that, like, if I had to guess, I would say that they probably are going to postpone it, but they're still doing weekly television. So it's like they kind of don't really, it's revving up or ramping up to this conclusion, that is WrestleMania. But if they cancel that, like, what the fuck are they going to do? Yeah,
but it's also, I mean, they may be doing weekly television, but it's in front of no fans right now. Dude, this SmackDown tonight was like a fucking. I felt like I took a hit of acid.
I gotta say, we'll probably talk about this at some point, but just the people that were, and not even as like a comedic element to it, but the people that were earnestly working to the crowd when there was no crowd, just far too many people, had me fucking dying.
No, and by the way, more Triple H on commentary. I'm just going to say that right now. More no fucks given Triple H on commentary. Dude, this guy literally just took a permanent marker and colored in Michael Cole's beard. I fucking loved that part, by the way.
I think what Smart was trying to say was, how are they going to like extend the storylines? Is that what you were kind of getting at? Because I mean that's going to be a challenge. Because I mean,
right.
The fuck are you
essentially
gonna do?
that. I mean, just like what's the direction? Like they are committed to doing weekly shows, I guess, to honor their television contract. But like, what's going to be the point, the purpose, the direction? Like, how are you going to keep this shit going until you get to whenever it is that you decide that you want to, or that you legally can do the show?
Well, I mean,
dude,
personally,
Vince Russo, bring in Vince Russo, dude. All twists, fucking mind fucks. Oh, dude, extend these story. Yeah, dude, swerves all around, dude.
Bro,
he'll fucking extend the storyline for Undertaker and AJ till goddamn September. You know, we're good. Bring in Russo.
So here's what I got. I got a poll, okay? Anyway. But I mean, they furthered the storyline tonight. They did the John Cena with the. I guess we can just kind of fit SmackDown in. Everybody saw it. It was no fans, not a ton to talk about. But for not having a crowd to play off, I thought that actually the John Cena and Bray Wyatt segment went off pretty good. No crowd there, so you can't exactly, I mean, it was weird in the beginning with Bayley and Sasha pretending there was a crowd there. To me, that's some delusional shit right there. At least John Cena played to the camera instead of playing to a crowd. So I appreciated
they'll
that.
add the crowd in post. Don't worry.
Oh, I know. Oh,
that was the weird part, is that they still felt necessary to add the piped-in cheers for the Roman entrance.
Absolutely, of course.
Yeah, that was
of course.
Dude,
but
that
I mean,
was looking awesome.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns coming down to the theme music. It ain't no fucking person in sight.
You know what? I'll be honest. What they could use this for, if they did postpone WrestleMania and they kept doing these little shows like this is an opportunity for them to just further storylines however they can in the and again, I mean, Jesus Christ, I'm real quick, just to NXT. I mean, look at Ciampa and Gargano tore the fucking Performance Center up on Wednesday. But I mean, if they can keep doing that while this, current situation, as they keep calling it, is going on, this is an opportunity for them to think about, okay, how can we just build and make people want to get out of their house and come to WrestleMania when this shit's over and still leave the country and still do this and still do that.
Yeah.
If they don't see it as an opportunity,
well,
the problem is if they don't see it as an opportunity, they're going to screw themselves. But WWE doesn't care. Like I said, they can take a hit. So, all right,
they have a unique opportunity put forth to them, because honestly, they're the only form of like live entertainment that's still doing weekly shows right now. Like, there's no sports at the moment, like at all, pretty much.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And Antok makes a point. They did definitely turn up the audio for that tag team chamber match they showed tonight to kill 40 minutes of time. You could hear those guys talking very clear in the ring during that match, which shows how quiet the audience was. But anyway, go ahead, Anthony.
Now let me ask you guys something. I'll start off. I'll answer it first. I think something's kind of getting overlooked in all of this madness. What about a guy like Roman Reigns? We know what he's been through for the past year or so. His immune system can't be in the best state right now.
Oh, geez, are we going there?
I'm just saying, like, you think that do you think their performers have been tested for anything? You think that's going on?
First of all, the tests the tests are not. I called because I am a little under the weather. I called the hospital yesterday, and I was told right now the only people that are doing those tests are the health department and the hospital. So right now the tests aren't readily available. Once the tests are, I would think they would be testing every WWE superstar immediately. Yes, but like I said, I called the hospital. They did a phone triage on me yesterday at the hospital, and they told me don't come in. But unless your symptoms worsen or you get a fever, please don't come in. So
right,
but. Right now, the tests are not readily available. Now, today, the governor of Texas did say that they are going to have some drive-thrus, and they are getting. And obviously, we've talked about it already. There was a national state of emergency put in today for this thing, which pumped $50 billion into this whole thing. So we should, it should be easy to get a test in your county soon, but I would say every WWE superstar is going to get tested once those tests are available. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, we got like 18 cases here.
18? Oh, you got the news on
right
over
in my
there?
county.
You got the news on over there, Shaheen?
No, I don't. I'm not watching it right now.
Oh, okay. Wow, 18. All right. Now, hey, 17 here. We're close. One more, and we're right.
Well, that 18, I'm looking at it. It's probably like 1,800. You know what I mean? People just don't know it yet.
I know across 18 states, like some schools been shut down.
And that's the weird thing with the media. You don't know how many there really are with any of the media. And again, any of the media, you just don't know. You don't know how many there really are. And Shaheen posted a little post today. I don't know if you want to get into that with your with overseas information, but
yeah, man. I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I talked to my cousin earlier, who was in Iran. If people didn't know, I'm Persian. So
what?
But yeah, Persian and the Jew. Remember?
Oh, I remember. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah.
So I was talking to my cousin, and she was terrified. She was, crying, and she was basically letting me know that, dude, like thousands of people are dying just in Iran, where there's just mass piles of bodies. And they're just digging up these humongous fucking graves and just dumping the bodies in there. That's the plan. So with the number that they're reporting with 4,000 lives lost across the globe, I don't know how much I trust that number. So that's what I'm saying. Don't just be careful, people. Don't freak out about toilet paper. I don't know what is with the toilet paper.
I don't know.
What the fuck is toilet paper going to do for you people? I don't understand that.
I don't know, man.
Is there something I'm missing?
Well, to begin with, people thought that they could use it as masks. Okay?
Oh, the mask shit is...
That was the first thing. And then finally the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, came out and said, masks will not help you people. So stop buying masks. And they did. Right. And they did. But people are still buying toilet paper. I don't know if they think the toilet paper companies are going to run out, but I don't get the toilet paper thing. Luckily, I've got a good stock here, and I've got some paper towels if I need it, whatever. But the thing,
what's the secret though?
What?
Baby wipes. I went to the store tonight. Man. There's zero paper towels, zero anything. Baby wipes.
Baby wipes.
Just
man.
flushable baby wipes.
I got them
all in stock. Nobody gave a shit about that. All full in stock. Not one touched.
I got them here, man. I got them here.
And they feel so nice and pleasant.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck people are just so like nasty ass toilet paper. I never use toilet paper anyway. I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Yeah. Get the baby wipes, you fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you people?
Funny aside, that's
Bobby sounded so comfortable when he said that. He's like, man, it feels so good
right now.
anyway.
Hey, yo, I raised 3 kids, man. I was a young father, and you try things, you know.
Hey, I got a 6-month-old and 3 kids myself, man. I know right where you're coming from, bro. I know right where you're coming from. They smell good too. They do.
It makes sense too. Yeah, if you wipe with a baby wipe, you'll be cleaner with that versus like rough ass toilet paper.
Yeah, man.
Right.
You get your ass baby smooth, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Actually, it makes more sense.
It does.
Seems
man.
like it's more hygienic too.
But yeah, well, listen. If you want to trust the media, that's up to you. Just once again, come to your own conclusions. Do your own research. If you're worried, be worried. I got no problem with that. Don't go overboard. But just, I mean, Jesus, I still don't know why we're telling people to wash their hands. I mean, it's, I mean,
more than the usual. I think a lot of people are also making the joke. They're like, "Oh, did people just not wash their hands?" No, they're saying like wash it more than you usually would.
Right.
Fucking obsessive.
Well, but you know what though? You know what though? See here, and I'm glad this came up because I don't like to give advice to anybody, but I feel like I should give advice here. Just use common sense and common courtesy. And dude, you would be surprised how many disgusting people do not wash their hands at all. You know, I told you guys, I work at home. I work at my house. And I have clients who go to my bathroom, and my living room is right next to my bathroom. So I can hear what goes on. I can hear them go into the bathroom. I can hear them flush the toilet, and I can hear them walk right out. And I'm like, yeah, the towel is hanging on the door. You know, you could use that. You know, like I have to tell these adults to wash their disgusting hands. It's like they don't know. These are people who are older than I am.
You know, honestly, this is one time we need to think about. This is one time we need to really concentrate on not being selfish and think about others. There's other people everywhere, and you could, you know, and this is an airborne disease which could be contracted simply by breathing on someone, coughing on someone, your hands.
Right.
So everyone really needs to be unselfish and just think about, like Bobby said, the common courtesy of other people. And that's really, and I know that's a tough message to give in 2020, but it's just, that's my message right there.
You know what my
Talk
message
about a
is?
small pet peeve of mine while we're on this shit. Like, okay, we've already covered the fact that a couple of us do have kids. Like, do not let your kid, like, walk on fucking tables. Do not put your kid's butt on fucking tables, like, at restaurants and shit. Like, please stop this shit. Just in general.
Yo,
like, it has nothing to do with disease.
One thing.
But please stop this shit.
Yep. Go ahead, Gene.
One thing that they're also not saying, and Boxman had a good point. Do your own research. One way that you can do that, if you have a Roku, you can literally just put in like any type of news that you want to see. If you want to see the news from Spain, if you want to see the news from Italy, you can get that for free. You can watch live streams and see what's actually happening. For example, in Iran, you could just type in VOA. It's on YouTube. They update it. You can see piles of bodies. I mean, you can be the judge and believe if there's actually literally just 4,000 across the world. You can do that. Or you can be like, oh, shit, we actually might be fucked. Let me maybe not go out and just fucking push shopping carts every day. Maybe stock up, but don't take that much toilet paper. I don't know what that is. That's weird, you know? But yeah, you can do that. You can definitely watch other people's fucking other countries' news. It's not that hard to access. I know for one, Roku's very easy. You just type it in, it pops right up. So
yeah, and if it's on YouTube, obviously you can watch YouTube. So
yeah, you can do that.
You can do that right there. So
absolutely for free.
A lot of people have computers. Use them, motherfuckers. I know we use our phone a lot. You can use that too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's plenty of ways. But and again, I mean, I don't tell people how to live. So obviously, make your own conclusions. But this is definitely one of the times we have to be more unselfish than I think we've ever been, and just think about others. And you know, if you're sick, listen, I'm sick. I've been home for 2 days, and you know, I got 2 more days to stay home. I'm hoping I'm better by Monday because I really got to go back to work. I got a lot of shit to do, but if I'm not, I'm just gonna have to do what I got to do. So
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys think that? Well, let's hope it doesn't get to that point. But if they do have to actually quarantine the whole country, where grocery stores and everything have to close down, do you see this getting to the point where there's looting and all kinds of crazy shit happening? Because I mean,
yes,
that's what I'm
For
scared
sure.
of. I think
I'm glad
that's,
you watched, absolutely.
that's the thing that I'm scared of. Like, people are like talking about it's the end of the world. I'm like, yeah, I mean, we're saying that, but like, there's levels to this shit. It depends how badly it hits and how many fucking weeks or months people are actually out of work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and another question is, I mean, there's so many topics that we could get into. Like, how are we paying our bills if nobody can work? You know, like, I don't understand how any of this is gonna work. And for the people that's, you know, like, this is a hoax. It's not a fucking hoax, man. When Tom Hanks gets it, when the goddamn Brazilian prime minister gets it.
No, he's negative. He's
Iranian,
negative. Nope, he's negative.
His friend or some other fucking. Well, the Iranian president definitely has it. He's tested positive.
Yes. But the
So I mean, there's elite world leaders that have it.
True.
That concerns me more because now it's like, yeah, this isn't some shit where they, you know, where these conspiracy theorists come out and like, oh, they fucking wanted to dump this on China and all the poor people. Like, well, they really fucked up because now it's hitting important people. So even if they had a plan, they don't have a plan right now. So be worried a little bit. Just my opinion. Again, you can sit there and be comfortable and fucking kick your feet up. And, you know, I saw people on my timeline literally taking flights to Jamaica right now because it's like $150.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, are you serious? Are you out of your fucking mind? What? I don't understand people, man. I just, you know.
Dude, airplanes are like fucking preschools of the skies. They are petri dishes of sickness. If you think that they clean, dude, they pick up the trash. They pick up the trash and they're done. If you think they clean those trays, if you think they clean anything else besides just picking up so it looks aesthetically pleasing to you, I don't know where the fuck you've been for the past fucking, you know, decades, but no. Airplanes are
Bob,
disgusting.
to that point, can I just bring that up?
Yeah, of course.
Because I've worked in the restaurant industry. That Seinfeld episode where I forgot what the episode was about entirely, but it was an episode where Jerry and the crew went to a restaurant, and Jerry happened to be in a bathroom with the chef. Goes to the bathroom, does his thing, he washes his hands. He knows the chef. He comes in, does his business, and walks right the fuck back out. And then that changed his whole perspective. I've seen with my own two eyes. That shit really does happen in the restaurant industry. That's why, like, whenever I'm not ordering Chinese food right now, but anybody that's ever been to a local Chinese store, they got it set up to where you can see them making your food and stuff. I watch them like an eagle-eyed hawk, just because I'm very particular about how my food is prepared. Yeah. And like, but yeah, man, like you'd be surprised. Like, common courtesy and common sense aren't so common.
Yeah, and Antox is asking if the airlines even clean the fucking toilets. You know what? I don't know. I got to be honest. I don't know. But I'll tell you what. I know they do just enough to make that plane look good. Think about it. You watch that plane pull up, and then 30 minutes later, you're getting on it. How good of a job can they clean that they're not sanitizing that motherfucking plane. Come on.
Well, just think about how planes are built, man.
Right.
When they're up in the air for your safety, no air gets in or out of that thing, man.
Yeah.
So if you're in there with some sick fuckers, those germs are just ricocheting off of the fucking walls like Pong. They're just bouncing around in there, man, waiting to land on somebody.
It's a flying pool table of germs, dude. It's just bouncing around everywhere. There you go. Flying pool table of germs. I like that. I don't know why, but I do. Yeah, man. And again, that's another I mean, you know, back to the kind of tying it in the wrestling. That's another reason it's going to be very tough. And if they decide to put the UK on that restriction list, there goes the backup plan for a lot of people getting to the United States that were planning on coming over here for WWE that already had to change their tickets. So,
right,
man,
I'm surprised
day
they didn't
by
ban
day.
Asia, dude.
What?
I'm surprised they didn't ban Asia.
Yeah. I don't know if they were on that. I don't know what countries were on that list. I didn't look, to be honest with you, so I'm not even gonna. I don't know what countries were on it. It was 17 countries from what they said, but I don't know. I do not know which countries. I didn't.
I think that was
look.
all European, though.
I think they were all in the European area. I don't know which countries that included. So,
yeah. Now, one thing that they also discovered in Iran is like the coronavirus is all over the fucking pavement. So they're telling people to, like, dude, leave your fucking shoes outside of the house.
Wow.
So people, leave your shoes outside of the house. It's better to be safe than sorry. It's little things that you can do that would actually just leave your fucking shoes outside.
Makes sense.
You know?
Dude, your overseas insight is starting to make me more nervous.
Should be nervous, and I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just telling you, dude, like I have family over there. They're gonna die. Like I literally have people over there that are gonna die. This is like no joke. You know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is like conspiracy." Like, okay, well, you tell that to the people that are over there, fucking crawling over bodies. You tell that to them. It's not a conspiracy theory.
No,
it's real.
Don't think this is absolutely. I don't. I know. Maybe you think I might believe it is, but absolutely.
I'm not even talking about you. I'm literally just talking about people on my Facebook timeline because I've been arguing with people nonstop. Because you know, I don't understand people. I really don't, man. And some of these people,
you guys,
I literally just had to start muting people and deleting them.
Yeah,
I can't stand it.
At least take a 30-day break from them, dude. Seriously, I really have not seen anyone on my. I've one or two people in groups that I'm a part of, but I'm like, you know, I'll just keep scrolling for those motherfuckers. But I mean, no one on my actual friends timeline is like, yeah, you know, fuck this shit. I got a concert to go to this weekend. No, I haven't seen that.
You want to hear? You got, you know, we're talking about, you know, common courtesy and all that. So I just came across an article because I was actually looking for that banned flight list, but I found something else a little interesting. So JetBlue apparently had to ban a passenger from ever utilizing that airline again because he flew knowing that he could possibly have the coronavirus.
Oh. Okay.
I'm going to read a couple excerpts if you guys will indulge me real quick.
Well, the problem is he's only banned from JetBlue, but please keep going.
So JetBlue says a passenger who took a flight from New York's JFK Airport to Palm Beach, Florida this week, even though he knew he might be infected with the coronavirus, will no longer be allowed to fly on the airline. The passenger received a message during the flight Wednesday night confirming he tested positive for the virus. JetBlue, one of the many airlines that are currently waiving change and cancellation fees for customers who wish to change their travel arrangements due to the coronavirus outbreak, said it has banned the passenger from future JetBlue flights. We determined the customer boarded our flight knowing he was awaiting results for a coronavirus test without disclosing it to anyone at JetBlue, the airline said in a statement to CBS News. The, quote, event put our crew members, customers, and federal and local officials in an unsettling situation that could have easily been avoided, and as such, this customer will no longer be permitted to fly on JetBlue in the future. According to another passenger who claimed in the video posted online that he had spoken to the infected man's wife during the flight. Man, this man infecting people left and right. The man knew he was likely positive even before they took off. The fellow passenger told CNBC that he was informed that the patient, quote, had been tested for the virus 2 days ago and got a text message on the plane while he was on the plane. Jesus Christ.
Dude, I'm sorry, but that if he tested positive, he should be fucking charged with biological warfare. That's fucking terrorism. Dude.
Give this guy the death sentence, man. I'd be fucking making examples out of people.
That's terrorism. I'm sorry, that is biological warfare.
If you know you have it, and that's crazy.
That should be biological warfare as far as I'm concerned. Seriously,
especially when we don't know what we're doing. And let me make one point clear real quick, man. I've said this to many people, and nobody seems to have thought about this, but I mean, we don't know, right? For the young people that aren't worried, and sure, it's going to hit the elderly, and we're probably going to lose, you know, God forbid, a lot of the, you know, older generation and stuff like that. But for the people that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s, you know, even 50s, that aren't necessarily worried about this because, you know, you get the flu, you get over it, whatever the case is. We don't know what this does to your immune system. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And we also don't know, because this could be not like the flu, because you get the flu, you're probably not going to get it again for a while.
Right.
You could get, I don't know, you might get it again in 3 weeks. Who knows? This is a new disease. You could get it in 3 weeks again, maybe. And then
you might
could it
not
be fatal?
survive that one.
Right, and then could it be fatal?
Or it could cause other diseases in your body. Well, you're right. You know what, Shaheen? You're right. No one has thought of that. We don't know the long-term effects of this disease. We have no clue. And that is...
Or you die from Hep C because now your immune system's shot and you fucking catch every goddamn thing. Or you get MRSA and the MRSA hits your organs and your body can't fight it off because now you had fucking the coronavirus. And you know what I mean? There's just so much shit that we don't know that I feel like people are just dismissing because they're like, oh, I'll be fine. It's like the flu. But I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just giving my opinion on this. But I think people should be a little bit more careful.
Right. Wait a minute. Wait. You're not a doctor?
No. I know I look like one.
Oh.
You know, but
Jesus Christ, who's vibrating?
See, somebody was buzzing at the door. I'm taking private lessons.
Oh, I thought someone's vibrator was on. Jesus Christ, turn that off, people.
No, that's Anthony's friends. He's holding the phone.
I told this
It's not his, dude. Come on. You know. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I think people should be a little bit more careful. Hopefully, WrestleMania cancels. I hate to see. Because, again, no offense to people listening to this, because obviously you're wrestling fans. Obviously, we are wrestling fans. But I feel like wrestling fans are stupid and dumb enough to actually show up to WrestleMania.
For sure.
Oh.
I think we are, honestly, the crowd that would be like, oh, dude, but Skinner's coming to WrestleCon. I got to see Skinner. Like, dude, Papa Shango's going to be there? I got to go.
I got to add some more of Abby's blood to my collection.
Yeah. Well, he might have the cure.
He might have the cure. Papa Shango's got the cure.
True.
Oh, God. Oh, shit, man. Anyway.
Like if NBA was running, people would be like, oh, dude, I'll catch it next year. It's fine. I'm not, like, I got kids and shit. Like, I'm not trying. Nah, we're not doing that. Wrestling fans, I feel like they might still go off, you know?
And, you know, the strange thing is kids are not getting it, so they're thinking one of the vaccines that the kids get are a key to it. Luckily...
Yeah, but they're carriers, though. It doesn't hit them hard because their immune system.
Right, and luckily
they're carriers. They give it to their grandparents.
Right.
You know. Parents, and they drop dead. That's
yeah. Well, luckily my little girl just got her 6-month shots, and so just the other day. So,
well, not for the coronavirus though.
No, she's not even sneezing, dude. She's just keeping us awake at night because she's happy to be alive, which is perfect. Yeah. Perfect.
That's how you want to keep the world.
That's it, man. That's it right there, man. I'm doing my job to keep it fucking populated, man.
Yo, you know what's another thing? People, like, please wipe your fucking phones down with alcohol wipes. Your mouse pads, your keyboards. How many? Like, let's be honest. We're all men. How many times have you fucking jerked off? And when's the last time you actually wipe your mouse down? Please, come on. Be honest with you. Be honest with yourself, people. Come on. I'm just saying. I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, dude. Fucking, take care of yourself.
You
man.
See that fucking spot on your monitor? Get it off. Get it off.
Hey, get it off, dude. Come on.
Jesus. Go buy the alcohol wipes at Walgreens. They may have them. Who knows?
The phone, though. I'm serious. The phone is fucking ruthless, man. You fucking wipe that shit daily, please.
See, I disinfected my phone today and yesterday.
I'm one of those weird guys who, like, I hate... I literally, like, if the sun shines right and I see fingerprints on my phone, it annoys the shit out of me. And I keep those alcohol, like the little packets, like you can get them at like 100 packets at Walgreens for like $3. I keep those in my van when I'm driving.
Good.
So,
yeah,
dude, I am so OCD about my phone having fingerprints on it, and I just I'm like, ew, that's on my face. That's my face marks on that phone, so I wipe it down. I'm horrible about that, so that's probably a good thing, though.
Have any of you thought about Vince, possibly getting this, and how that would actually impact wrestling? Like, no joke. Like, dude, this guy's fucking balls deep into this shit. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's all about Mania right now.
Yeah, it wasn't my original thought, but I had actually seen somebody, like, speculate or just kind of float that idea of what would happen, what could happen, online. So I've been thinking about that a little bit.
What do you think would happen? Smart?
Well, yeah, go ahead, Smart. Please start off.
I mean, well, it's interesting because they recently fired the two people that were supposed to be like the next in line if some tragic shit happened. Mm-hmm. Like we talked about that. So from a business point of view, like I'm not sure what would like it would. I feel like stocks would probably take a pretty big hit. In terms of like creatively, probably not much would change. I don't think, but yeah, there'd be like
gotta give that back. Give it back to your friend.
Yeah, Anthony, tell your buddy. Tell your buddy just stop pushing the button on the cell phone.
To be fair, that's my vibrator. So.
Yeah. All right.
It's mine this time.
Oh, shit, sit on it then, man. Come on,
Bobby. Bobby, we understand. A client left it there. We understand. Just leave it alone.
I never said what kind of work I do.
That's definitely impatient.
Bobby's out there so invasive. Bobby's out there selling them sex toys, baby.
Having sex parties and shit, you know? The ones where they just sell dildos to chicks.
I actually have a friend that does that online, but I'll leave that alone. But I really do. I have a
40 fucking 50-year-olds coming in. Here comes this giant fucking Bobby just out of nowhere, a bunch of dildos trying to sell it off.
I just picture him whipping out like a briefcase.
Fucking radio voice Bobby comes in to like, oh my god. Okay.
That's great.
Got it in a briefcase like Pulp Fiction.
What's the hot seller this month, man? Is it the dick towels? What's the hot seller?
I made a cast of myself, man. Those are something like hotcakes.
You know, meanwhile, speaking of that,
I picked the perfect time to have internet issues.
I did see an article.
I'm really curious what the segue is going to be about this, because he said, speaking of this.
Speaking of this, I did see an article, and I hope this is true, that Pornhub gave Italy a free month of premium. Of premium. I hope that's true, because if it is, Pornhub, you are a fucking lifesaver.
God bless Pornhub.
God bless Pornhub.
While we're talking about this, I actually am, like, this stuff kind of does intrigue me, because I was, like, a couple weeks ago, I was reading about, they, like, track the user activity for people that were in the cities of the National College Football Championship game. And, like, there was a significant spike in user activity for the team that was losing consistently throughout the game. So, like, it's interesting to see how that shit works.
Yeah, Pornhub's a... Anyway, God bless Pornhub.
Oh, but you know what, though? To kind of tie into this, because this does relate, and this is something that I did think about earlier. I had a conversation with a friend of mine earlier. She gave me a call, and I hadn't seen her in probably about a month, and she's talking about coming to see me, and I had to kind of pump the brakes. I'm like, maybe not, maybe just take care of yourself,
Yeah.
So think about how that type of deal is being affected,
All right, so I got breaking news from UK.
Okay.
There's a newborn baby in London that becomes the youngest coronavirus victim in the world.
Oh, fuck.
Jeez.
And they don't know if the baby was infected during birth because it's only a few days old, or if it was from contact.
Oh, I don't even like hearing that, dude.
That hurts.
Yeah, that's awful, dude. That's horrible right there.
We also had a CHOP doctor, Children's Hospital doctor, that actually had it right around my area, like 10 minutes away. I mean, King of Prussia, like Anthony knows the area.
Yeah.
Right there. The CHOP doctor had it, and he came in contact with dozens and dozens of patients. So.
Wow. And it just because listen, like in my business, I meet a lot of people, I shake hands with a lot of people. Just because you don't think you've been in contact with somebody, you don't know who the person that you've talked to has been in contact with. Did they just get back from out of the country? Do they know someone who just got back from out of the country? There's so many variables, man, and it's just it's just it's scary, man. You just got to be. I mean, I hate to put it like this, but you got to be vigilant in keeping yourself healthy right now. Vigilant.
Yeah.
I don't know any other word to use.
What happens to the deathmatch tournaments this summer? That's what it's all about. That's the most important thing.
Well, I mean, look, I
That's
know
what people are bitching about right now.
I mean, I know light
though.
tubes have to get broken, but I mean, maybe just stay home, drink some Mountain Dew.
But where are those fans gonna get blood dumped on them? That blood ain't gonna dump itself.
Oh my God! You know what? This is one point where I'll be like, you know what? Go cut yourself, you fucking idiots. Just go cut yourself if you want to see blood that bad.
So, what do you guys think of this coronavirus aid package that they agreed on and released today? I think that's actually going to help with the testing and stuff that they're doing. They're going to do drive-through testing. I don't know if you guys listened to that earlier, but
I did.
So basically, you go in and you swap a Q-tip inside your nostril.
Mm-hmm.
You drop it in like a mailbox, basically, and they give you the results back in a few days, I guess. But that actually freaks me out because that shows you how serious this is, because they're not even putting people to test you. It's just fucking drop and go. Like, dude, drop that shit and be out. Like, we'll get back. We'll figure it out. Again, swap this shit, drop it, go.
Dude,
that's a good point. Get your nasty ass away from me.
They don't want people touching you. Dude, I'm telling you, that's a fucking... See, no one's talking about this shit.
Dude, if they're...
No one's talking about the fucking what's it going to do to your immune system if you're young. No one's talking about this fucking robots just testing you now in drive-thrus. Like, Target and Walmart and CVS signed up for that. They're going to have, like, just fucking machines, like ATMs. You just show up and fucking swap some shit in your nose and drop it and go. That's crazy.
Antox says this is the most depressing reunion show since the Brady Bunch reunion.
Jesus Christ.
We will.
Damn, Antox.
I think we'll.
Brady Bunch.
You know what? How about we spend about 5 or 10 more minutes on this, and then maybe we'll get into some actual wrestling a little bit. Maybe we'll talk a little NXT.
Wrestling gives a fuck about wrestling. Save people's lives.
Yeah, we're not even live with this. And plus, I'm not even caught up. Yeah, man,
God, if he doesn't like this discussion, he's really gonna hate our retrospective on the Von Erich family that's coming up in January.
Oh, Jesus. And by the way, if they're testing you in hazmat suits, just please go home. Just go home. Just turn around and go home. You know you're fucked. Just go home. Just go home. Because if they're testing you in hazmat suits, we're all fucked. I'll put it that way.
And you know all these people that went on cruises and stuff? Like, my girlfriend's parents went on a cruise. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
In the middle of this shit, you're on a cruise?
When did they
go?
What
do you mean?
Like now?
They're back now. No, they're back now. I'm like, dude, I already told her, like, hey, you're not going over there for a couple months. Like, send kites or something. Skype. I don't know. Don't bring that shit over here.
Skype.
You figure that out. That's not my problem. You got to figure that out. They went over there. I didn't go over there.
Over there
Fuck that.
Over there on FaceTime for dinner. Okay.
You do fire signals and shit. You know what I mean? Well, fuck it, we're here.
Oh shit, we're going smoke signals. Damn, dude.
Next town over. Fire signal. Good.
Damn it, Shaheen. That's
Good
racist.
to see you. Good to see you. The smoke signal. I'll get up with you in a few months.
Can't do that.
Antox wants us to liven up the show a little bit. Here's some little entertainment for you. Sonny got released from prison at just the right time, because I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of people at home right now with a lot of free time on their hands.
Oh, she is the corona, dude. What are you talking about?
A lot of money to be made on Skype.
Yeah.
What money? People don't have jobs right now. What are you talking about? Who's paying this bitch? They're fucking dropping a dime on this bitch right now.
I don't know, man. I'm right now. I'm kind of hoping for a quarantine so we can all get fucking 30 days of premium Pornhub. I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
You'll be paying for Felicia Rose, that fucking suck me fin girl. You know, before you pay for fucking Sonny. Yeah, both to both. Fucking gross.
Yeah. Jeez. Well, that didn't really liven up the show very much at all, did it, guys?
No, it didn't. No, it didn't at all. No. Dude, when there's mass graves that you can see from the fucking space right now, I think maybe the figure 4 leg lock maybe on the back burner for a couple weeks, huh? Yeah.
I mean, it's still going on. Wrestling is still going on, and we're kind of here to take
kind of
everyone's...
going on. I don't know. It's invisible men in the fucking audience. But...
we're trying to take people's minds off of wrestling, or I'm sorry, the coronavirus, I guess. COVID.
Yo,
COVID.
you know what's also depressing to me? How many people are just out there, just on Twitter and stuff, just saying like, "Oh, like, dude, you don't know like what wrestling meant to me and how much like this is gonna impact my life not to have a regularly scheduled wrestling program." I'm like, it's kind of cute that like people are really that dependent on it. And this is their like, the gateway to get out of like, I don't know, whatever. This is their social activity to go to wrestling shows or whatever. But I don't know. That just kind of caught me off guard that many people are just dependent on just wrestling.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Yeah,
I figured everybody had a few hobbies. It seems like all these people are just wrestling.
You don't have a full life.
It's just wrestling. You know what I mean? It's just that's it, dude.
Yeah, you're kind of telling the kind of person you are at that point, and these are the people that J-Cat talks about.
Come on, Box. You don't live. Look, Box. We do 2 shows a week. You mean to tell me you don't live and breathe the business in between shows?
Well, I mean, he is a grown ass man.
No, half the time I don't even watch NXT. If you guys don't force me to watch that shit, I probably ain't watching it anyway.
I'll be honest. I didn't even see this week. I literally just watched last week's earlier today.
I saw this week. It was all right.
Okay, good, because I was about to complain because I was about to go inside baseball here and say, I asked you motherfuckers if we were supposed to watch that this week. It was all right, but
yeah, it was all right.
But it was also kind of funny, so.
But I mean, I guess that kind of ties into what we've been talking about. It's just like whatever, with the real life and the real world shit that's been going on and not knowing what my situation is going to be. Like, I'm sure you guys probably been in the same boat from day to day. Wrestling has not just been, it hadn't been a priority. No. I mean, I love doing the show tonight, especially. I'm glad we had something else to talk about, but it's just like wrestling has been on the low end of priorities for me this week.
I think that's the case with everyone, dude.
Yes.
I'd really be shocked if anybody's popping around like SmackDown tonight review live from like what, dude? Like shit is going down, dude. We don't have toilet paper. What the fuck are you talking about? Give a fuck about a Roman Reigns sit-down interview with Michael Cole? Get the fuck out of here. Find me some toilet paper and Clorox, you son of a bitch.
Motherfucker, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my, because that's really what people aren't really talking about either. I mean, the bills are going, them gimmicks, as Steve Austin likes to call bills, will continue to come. They don't give a fuck about a virus. You can't call Pico and say, yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, my job had me sitting at home for the past 2-3 weeks. Can't pay my bill. Hey, what the fuck they got to do with us?
Kind of on a mildly related note, while we were talking about this, I was just kind of glancing at ESPN, and they've been talking about there's a couple of different players that are volunteering large sums of money to like the staffers of the arenas and stuff that are going to be closed down because they're not doing the basketball games. We're talking like 100,000, if not more, dollars that are being donated by each individual athletes that they mentioned. But like, okay, the thing is like, where the fuck are the owners of these organizations in this?
Right.
Like, you're making the employees, and they're talking about. I don't know the exact specificities of it, but there's apparently a doomsday clause in the fucking NBA player agreement. So like, if they don't end up playing these games, they could legally not pay the athletes for the games that they missed.
Oh.
So like, not only are these motherfuckers paying like poor staffers, hourly people that work at the arenas out of their own pocket when these owners have fucking millions, sometimes billions of dollars, like they might not get paid their own damn self.
Well, the owners are in panic rooms right now, being taken care of, being served, probably.
Didn't Mark Cuban step up, though?
Yeah,
he did. Yeah. You know who else has stepped up? I got some good news. Schlack just put up that he's stocked up on enough PCP until 2024 to become the Lord of the Apocalypse.
All right, Schlack.
We should be safe.
All right, Schlack.
I live close enough to Schlack where I feel safe. All right, good. Fueled up on PCP. Awesome. Good.
All right, good. Shaheen.
We're getting somewhere.
All right, Shaheen. If the shit goes down, I guess I got to come to Philly, huh?
Oh, I'm going to Slack's house, dude. I'm 100% going to this dude's house.
We got to shout out fucking Weebs. Weebs is always the man with the plan. Did any of you guys catch the little meme he had shared earlier in the week of Tony Montana surrounded with the toilet paper?
Yes.
Like that. I wanted to make sure I spotlighted that. Weebs is a good dude in general, friend of the show, just a friend in general. But that shit had me dying, man. That.
Right.
There's a lot of good shit going around as far as meme wise. There really is. Some a little over the, a little overboard, but most of them are pretty funny though. But I don't know. I mean, should we? I don't know. I mean, should we talk NXT a little bit? Maybe a little. I mean, SmackDown we kind of got into a little bit. There were only 2 matches, I believe.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, because there's the female match at the beginning, which was like it was kind of funny in a way, because it looked almost like one of those like apartment matches, because there was just nobody there, but there was just cameras everywhere that like kind of gave off a creepy vibe.
Yeah, and I mean, we already brought up the Bray thing, so I guess we're kind of done with SmackDown. I guess we can bring up a little bit of NXT real quick, and then I don't know, man. I don't know what else to talk about. We'll fucking figure it out from there. Let me see what
we got news. I mean, like, in general, how long? If you guys had to put a guess on it, how long do you think WWE's going to be forced to do this? Because over the course of the past couple days, they've had to cancel house shows. Mm-hmm. Raw got canceled. AEW, I read earlier, had to basically cancel the Blood and Guts show out in Jersey. They're moving it to Jacksonville, I believe, just for safety reasons.
Yeah.
How long do you guys think this is going to last? A week? A month?
Dude, who knows, man?
There's no telling, but the thing is, we kind of have to stop looking at these things like, oh, this is just affecting this one thing. It's affecting everything. So, if one thing is being canceled, everything else around it is being canceled. Like, we have to press pause on the world and just resume later. We can all resume at once later as far as entertainment goes,
Yeah.
So we don't know. WWE can pick up when everything else picks up. But, the main thing is, how the fuck am I going to pay my electric bill? And where the fuck am I going to get my food from?
Well, dude, that's what worries me, because I feel like, living in America, it's like we almost have the luxury of being so comfortable that we just think everything's going to be okay and they got us. But this is the one where I think they're even freaking out. So that's I don't know. I'm just like, there's something off about this one.
And I mean, I will say, for whatever it's worth, like, yeah, what we're talking about is like entertainment as a whole compared to what's going on, the losses of life and all of that it's a trivial matter. But like, when we stop having those distractions, things get a little bit more tense.
Yeah, for sure. But my point was, honestly, like, people want their wrestling, and it sucks that we're like, oh man, this show is going to have to be canceled. That show is going to have to be canceled. And yeah, but everything else is too, So it's like Vince McMahon can try to put things off as long as he possibly can. But the thing is, it doesn't just affect him.
Right.
Sure.
Right. Like I said, man, we all got to not be selfish anymore. It's time to stop.
I had a thought while we're talking about it to make it related to what we're talking about. What do you guys think the chances are that they're going to use the announcement as to whether or not they do or don't cancel as a fucking ratings ploy? Like, tune into Raw Monday night to find out what we do.
They would do that, wouldn't they?
Ooh.
Oh, they would. Totally would. Actually, a smart move, honestly.
I want to say 50-50, but I'm going to go fucking like 70-30 on that one, man. That's a tough one right there. They would definitely do that.
Dude, I mean, the cynic in me says absolutely they're going to do something like that, because remember, this is the same company that had Brian Pillman's widow the night after, not a week after, not a couple months after, the week after. You got this woman on national television and Vince looking at her with a straight face. How are you going to support your family now that your husband passed away?
Well, you're absolutely right.
That was trash.
One of the most disgusting things that they have ever done.
Yeah.
You know what? It's scary to say one of the most disgusting, by the way.
So that's why I said it like that.
Exactly.
Yep.
Good. Shaheen, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
I was just going to say, man, I'll totally take the heat for this one, for being the ignorant one, if you want to call it that. But I was watching a documentary earlier on the marketplace where apparently this quote-unquote, coronavirus came from, where I guess they had the bat soup and all that shit. Can we stop eating like bats and rats and shit though? Because I get it. Some people are like, oh, that's they're culturally different and this, that, and a third. But dude, you can get protein in other ways. There's beans all over the fucking place. You don't have to eat rats and shit with rabies. And then now we have a bunch of dead grandmas over on this side of the world because like somebody wanted to eat fucking rats and shit.
Sounds like something you would see in Shrek.
No, and it's a fucking thing, dude. I saw Stockade, posted it up earlier. I clicked on it, and sure enough, they're fucking killing dogs and fucking huge-ass bats and snakes, like pythons, just in the fucking middle of the micro. Yeah, like, dude, I'm like, yo, this is insane.
I think I might have saw the same post you did with like 14 or 15 pictures of things that they eat over there, like all kinds of like tarantulas and...
All the shit that witches eat in fairy tales.
Right, basically, yeah, dude.
There you go.
Saturday morning cartoons, whatever you see as the villains up there, they're eating it in the fucking, marketplace over there, man.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. Yeah, can we stop eating nasty shit? Can we stop? I agree with that.
With the conspiracy theory, though, do any of you actually think that this was like a man-made... disease that escaped a laboratory? Because, it is kind of weird that it's hitting Iran pretty hard and China and all these countries that, the whole world pretty much hates. But I think it's I don't know. I'd lean more so towards the bat soup. But what are your guys?
A lot of diseases are man-made, and they're not man-made on purpose. They're actually man-made. Most of them, when they are man-made to counter another virus, and they accidentally stumble upon them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think this could be, again, I'm no fucking doctor or fucking, expert on the situation. My opinion, it definitely could be, and I wouldn't put it past anyone for this to be man-made. Trust me, this government does shit that we never, ever really want to know about, in my opinion, but... That's just me and my little conspiracy theory. I have my tinfoil hat on right now, by the way.
Well, I agree. I feel like there is that chance. It wouldn't completely shock me if it was to come out that our bad, we made this shit. It wouldn't completely shock me, but I am leaning a little bit more towards the fact that it was just an accident due to some disgusting shit. But the chance is definitely there.
Right, and I would never rule that out. Absolutely, I would definitely not rule that out. Absolutely not. We'll never know. Trust me, we will never know.
There's a podcast that I listened to a while ago. It's a 10 or 11 episode series. It's called, it might be a little depressing for people to listen to now, but it really is an excellent podcast. It's called The End of the World. It's hosted by Josh Clark. And he talked about all of the different ways that humanity could and probably will end up killing itself. And that was one of the episodes that he focused on, talking about the possibility of a man-made disease being leaked out accidentally and wiping us all out. So the possibility is definitely there. Brains much bigger than mine have discussed this.
Absolutely. Smart. Let's hear from you, then we'll get Anthony and Shaheen on this.
Yeah, I'm going to plead the fifth a little bit on this because I have no idea what possibly could have caused it. And I don't know if we'll know necessarily the exact reason, even if, I feel like we'll be given a reason, but then it's up for debate whether or not that's actually the truth.
Right.
But, like I said, I kind of jokingly said the other day that people start bragging about eating ass and that becomes prominent and all of a sudden look what happens. So I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say what it is. There's all types of fucking chemicals in food and all types of fucking pollutants in the air, and that's not even like, that's just straight up fact. That's not even conspiracy theory. Like there's all kinds of just weird shit that we ingest and that we're exposed to, and who knows how this shit happened and how we're gonna fix it. Like it's something. It's scary.
Yeah, definitely. Anthony, what you got, buddy?
I'm kind of like smart. Part of me, I want to play the fence, but part of me, honestly, I believe this is a legitimate situation. It's just like there's no two ways around it. Sometimes things are as they appear, and this is just a time in this country, in this world, where we just have to be more vigilant about things, more diligent in terms of sanitary habits, in terms of just checking in on people, making sure people are doing the right thing. And like I said, don't live your life in fear, but just be smarter about how you conduct your day-to-day business and affairs.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Shaheen, you asked it. Time to answer it.
I'm more leaning towards the bat suit. I'm being perfectly honest. No, I'm being serious. I really think it was probably something with rabies, and the body fucking chemically reacted with it somehow, and this shit created, and fucking, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. Or maybe aliens. Who knows? I don't know, man.
Oh,
I was expecting Bobby Anthem to say the alien one.
You think that I would be the guy for that?
Yeah. I really thought you were going to pop in with the aliens,
But truthfully, I think we can all agree on one thing, that our government would have no problem lying to us either way. I think we can all agree on that.
All of them. All governments.
Shit, they're
all lying about it, dude. I really think they're all lying.
Dude, I've got no problem totally agreeing with you right there. They have no problem lying to us.
I do love Trump. Earlier though, I watched this fucking the speech he gave, and they asked him, "Well, how can we prepare next time for this?" He was like, "Well, I mean, to be honest, will there be a next time? Probably, yeah, probably.
Probably.
This is like, dude, this is not how you comfort the people right now, man. Hello, next time."
I know, and he's been trying to keep calm. He's been trying to keep calm. He lost it right there. He just lost it. Right
and if you saw this dude, they literally gave this guy a script that you could tell he had never read before. Like, he was just like, dude, come on, man. They made this easy. They gave you a script. How did you go off the script? And the one thing you went off the script was, yeah, we'll probably get it next time. And,
That's the problem. They can't control him. He always goes off script.
They say that's what he did when he was at, that's what he did at WWE. That's what he did on Saturday Night Live. Like, they give him a script. The fuck's this? You want me to read what?
No.
He's hilarious. I died. I could not help it. I literally fucking just died. I lost my shit. I haven't laughed that hard in fucking months, man. That was the first time I've smiled because of Donald Trump. So
the only time that guy reads a script is when he's doing an Oval Office thing or the State of the Union. That's the only two times he will stick to the script.
When he's doing president things, he's reading the script.
He's not. Unfortunately, he's not. They should give him a script. He still wouldn't stick to it.
But that was good, though, today. That was really fucking good. Yeah, we'll probably get it again. Hopefully there'll be a different guy to answer the question.
I'm sure every time that he goes, let's take some questions, his fucking press team just sits there and goes, fuck.
He was trying to pass it off. He was like, "Well, guys, if you have other questions, there's plenty of other people behind me. You can ask questions." You could tell this guy's trying to pass off the mic. He's under too much pressure.
He was trying to get him involved. Come on, Shaheen. You're trying to keep him involved. He didn't want him to feel bad back there, just as,
Oh, sure.
Now, let me ask you guys this: do you guys think the corona, as some people believe, is being used as a distraction from the upcoming election with Trump? I specifically want to throw that at the box. Get his thoughts on that.
I'm a Trump. I know I'm the Trump supporter here. I know I'm the lonely Trump supporter here, which I have no issues with, no problems with. No, I don't think so. This did come at a strange time, but I mean, who cares? There's nothing to. First of all, there's no proof of that, so it doesn't matter. But no, I don't think this is a whole thing just to distract us. I think this is just an unfortunate time for it to happen, and that's it. It's an unfortunate time. There's nothing else I can. And by the way, the whole thing going out there, how a lot of people are. There's this whole meme out there that every election year a virus hits like this. It is not true. Look it up for yourself. Do your research. It's not what happened. Every election year, one doesn't happen. Go back and look. It's not true.
Yeah, people like their simple conspiracy theories.
Well, they like memes. Let's put it that way, Bobby.
True.
And they believe them. But, but yeah, that is not true. So there's my theory on it. That may surprise you or not surprise you, but that's where I am. I don't think this is some strange, weird conspiracy to get Donald Trump to get thrown out of. No.
Honestly, it wouldn't even benefit him because, he's more of the businessman, right? So,
right.
His supporters, he wins them by saying, "Hey, look how much I've done." When it comes to the financial state of the U.S., the stock market is his fucking that's his gold mine, and this shit just dropped like crazy. So I don't think it would benefit him in any way at all.
Right. And today, actually, after the little speech today, it did end positive to the stock market. Yeah. So after the emergency got put in is all I'm saying. And again, I'm not throwing politics anywhere. I'm just saying that's fact. It did end positive today.
Yeah. And as a funny aside, we don't really have to get into details on this, but did you guys realize that the wrestlers on SmackDown tonight actually stopped wrestling during a commercial break?
I saw that, number one. Number two, I'm wondering what crazy illegal feed is fucking Sean Ross Sapp watching.
I just think that's hilarious. I get the logistics of it. Like, it's no crowd there, so why risk injury? But man, that's some TNA level shit. Like, we're gonna stop wrestling for a minute, and then just as they're coming back from commercial, everybody gets back in a position with their face.
Yeah, dude, that's the only way though. But that's even more silly to do it, dude. Imagine wrestling for the two of you. Come on. That's even sillier.
I got to be honest. I don't really have an issue with it. I mean, whatever. But what illegal feed was that son of a bitch watching that he saw that?
Like I said, I get it, but I just think it's funny.
It's just funny.
just a visual. Just imagine, like, you're in this heated match with somebody, and then going to commercial, and y'all just randomly stop and just, hey, how's it going? How's the kids? How's the family? And commercial.
By the way, I do want to say,
over here, like, they go to a commercial break, and you just see like they stop wrestling. You just see Michael Cole with like a tear in his eyes, but it was boss time.
Yeah, and by the way, seeing Ryan Satin on television tonight really literally made my I physically ill. I just ugh.
Yeah, it's gross.
Oh, literally.
Jesus Christ! I just realized it had to take like the fucking end of the world for fucking Mojo Rawley to get TV time.
By the way, was he wearing a Zubaz suit? By the way, was that a Zubaz suit I saw?
Yo, I got a fucking I got a good side story as far as Zubaz and fucking Mojo Rawley. We're at a GCW show. I think it was Tony and I. Maybe it was Joe Numbs. I don't know. It was somebody outside with me. I'm smoking a cigarette, and Chris Dickinson comes up, and he's got his Zubaz pants on. So this fucking Canadian chick is there, and she's smoking a cigarette, and she's like, "Oh shit, you got Mojo Rawley pants on." Oh. And Chris Dickinson just turns to us, and he's like, the fuck did she just say? she said you got Mojo Rawley pants on. He had to school her on no, you gotta go on Google, like, Road Warriors, type in Zubaz, like, it's a whole thing. And she was just confused and drunk, and he just like looked at us like, yeah, this is a lost cause. I don't even care anymore. Just walked this far. I was like, yeah. And then the next day I fucking tweeted at him and told him about his Mojo Rawley pants. So if you ever see Chris Dickinson, just let him know he's got Mojo Rawley pants.
Mojo Rawley pants. This is one of the reasons why I don't watch wrestling anymore, because these types of people are my fucking peers. Mojo Rawley pants.
I guess
Mojo Rawley pants. Yeah.
I guess right now I have on Mojo Rawley pants then, because I have on Zubaz.
Yes, you do.
I do. I do.
Yo, quick thing. Did you guys know that Road Warrior Animal still owns Zubaz?
Really?
Hey, fucking smart man.
He still does.
Yeah, I thought they sold it. I thought they made their money real quick by sold the company a long time ago. I didn't know.
Dude, out of his own mouth, man. Because we were trying to get T-shirts done through them, so I know it was legitimately through him. Because we hit up Zubaz and shit, and it was animal.
Smart man.
So all my like 8 Zubaz pants are just contributing to Animal.
Yes.
I love it.
Yo.
I'm fucking happy about that for some reason.
Yeah, it's Animal, dude.
Yo.
Yeah.
Right.
I hope you buy some fucking steroids on me, brother.
Yo, dude, that Sean Ross Sapp, he has the right last name. This motherfucker's on Twitter apologizing. I love it.
Oh, for what?
He's So Alexa Bliss had put out a tweet. She basically responded to his tweet about the international feed. What a rude move, man. Just enjoy what we're trying to do for you. Wasn't intended to be rude or put anyone on blast. This type of stuff is shown on heavily advertised WWE Network documentaries all the time. This was on an international television broadcast. Let me see here. Jesus Christ.
So he bitched about the fact that it was an empty ring show, or the whole show itself?
Yeah. And then he apologized. He said basically he did another follow-up tweet. Was not meant to be he tweeted at her. Was not meant to be derogatory. Apologies if you took it that way. Stay safe. God bless. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Listen, was the show good? Absolutely. It really wasn't. But for having no crowd and what they did, you got what you got. Deal with it. We're in a national emergency. Goddamn it.
I mean, look, we make fun of SmackDown Weekly and all that shit, but I'm like, come on. Given the circumstances, they did the best with the cards they were dealt. This is not the show. There's a lot of fucking things to take this company to task for, but under these circumstances for this particular show, no. Jesus, it's not that big of a deal, folks. It's really not.
Yeah, if any time to give the company a pass, I gotta say, this is the time. Seriously. I'm not going to sit here and shit on them for the show they gave tonight. I actually didn't. Was it fucking like watching an acid trip? A little bit. It was a little weird, but SmackDown tonight was really not horrible. It wasn't horrible. It was just weird. It was odd. It was strange to watch. Triple H was the highlight of it. He was hilarious tonight, in my opinion. But I don't know. I thought for what they had, they did decent. I ain't going to shit on it. I can't do it. I'm going to give them a pass tonight. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
All right. Now, you guys know pretty much every company is going to take a hit from this coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Out of all of them, do you think anyone's going to benefit from this at all?
Well, Impact is used to running shows without fans, so they'll be great.
Well, just blend
business as usual.
Well,
they have an excuse now.
Let's be honest. Yeah. Everything right now is anything over 500 fans. Impact is not going to be affected.
You know who was You know who was impacted in a positive way?
Ooh, impacted. Good pun.
I'm for some reason I just want to picture DJ Hyde somewhere. I drew a house bigger than Vince tonight. Oh, yay! Yeah,
bring down that curve, man.
We talked about this on Messenger, but I'll bring it up on here. We were talking about, I said that I had saw the speech that Brett gave at the GCW show, and he kind of mentioned just showed a sign of solidarity and support for some of the other independent companies that are, affiliated or friends with, GCW. And he brought up a couple of names. He brought up like PWG and that got cheers and applause, Freelance Wrestling in Chicago, that got cheers and applause. He brought up CZW. Half the fucking crowd booed. I just laughed. It was amazing. Even at a time like this, it was still just you're not getting any fucking sympathy for any reason.
No sympathy.
Well, man. I don't want to sit here. Shaheen, I got to be honest, since you're, me and you aren't doing shows anymore, I haven't really been up on the CZW, so.
No one has. Who the fuck is watching?
Well, then
no one has.
I feel like the biggest current feud going on in CZW isn't really a feud. It's more of a Facebook deal with Maven and J-Cat.
Wow, Shaheen.
I feel like they need to find a way to put that on camera.
Shaheen,
were you storyline?
Shaheen, were you keeping CZW going?
You know what's? I'll get into it somewhere. I got a funny side story that when the time is right, I'll
just saying it.
I'm pretty sure like CZW is like Shaheen's Great Kazoo. Like only he can see it.
Talking about acid trips.
In all seriousness, though, do you know who I do think is? I wouldn't say happy, but at least like in a better spot than everybody else with this going on. I think AEW, just because they're not running or touching anything WrestleMania weekend. They were the only ones that got lucky.
Very
that
true.
Had zero plans.
You know what? I didn't even think about that, but you know what? They are definitely going to skate on this. They didn't have any plans. They basically, I'm not going to say they bowed down, but they kind of did. They bowed down and said, that's Vince's baby. We don't want to be involved in it. But you know what? They're coming off fucking looking like a fucking $1 million here because they're not going to fucking lose $1 million.
Yeah, they're not going to lose $1.
Exactly. Exactly. Jesus Christ. I don't know. Obviously, they weren't foreshadowing this, but they're that's a lucky move on them. Meanwhile, they're still having a problem finding a venue for Wednesday night. The one venue they had planned to get, which I forgot where it was, the governor of that city also did the little no more gatherings over 500 people. So it's they're going to have a hard time. So
and while we're talking about AEW, like the thought dawned on me yesterday, how lucky is fucking Chris Jericho?
Oh,
like he just knocked that fucking cruise in like right at the very wire.
Very good point. Chris Jericho did. But I'm expecting to see AEW live from Matt Hardy's compound. I don't know.
I would actually love that shit.
That would be great. We could have the dilapidated boat, that and everything else. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool.
DJ Hyde and Matt Hardy, since we're both talking about them, I'll do a quick random fucking cheap plug like DJ Hyde. I got some Matt Hardy prints, officially from a big event. I got about like 20 of them. If you guys want to order one of those, hit me up. You can hit me up on Twitter, Nuclear Heat, or just hit me up on a fucking email, nuclearheatgraphics@gmail.com. Got like 20 of those. I'm giving Don Tony a bunch of them, so he's giving those away. But I'll have a few if you want those. And they're fucking new like designs and shit just for that. So it's kind of like a limited edition type of shit. So
I did hear on Wednesday night, Donomite, that you will be giving some of those away. I did hear that.
Donomite, man. Shout out to Don Tony. That's my guy now.
Yeah. Let's keep moving from there.
Oh, Jesus. This is hilarious.
It's a strange world, man. It's a strange world 2020 is.
Listen. You're my breakout star, brother.
Coronavirus, goddamn.
You're still my breakout star for 2020, brother. We're only 3 months in, man. We got plenty of time left, Shaheen.
Dude, I had less than fucking 5 seconds. Coronavirus, fucking tagged right in, dude. Hot tagged right in, stomped it out, bam, boom, done.
Yeah. Coronavirus got the hot tag, brother. You know how it goes.
Are you guys familiar with R.D. Reynolds, the Wrestle Crab guy?
Yeah.
So he had put out this Facebook post. Quote of the day comes from my buddy Scott Keith. He's a wrestling book author. Look, man, even Kiss has been canceling meet and greet sessions over this. The situation is so bad that Gene Simmons is turning down money and Vince still wants to run WrestleMania? Come on.
Yeah, that should say something right there.
Like fucking, I don't know why that just kind of tickled me.
No, that's definitely a gauge right there. Gene Simmons makes every dollar he can. He will sue you if it like literally if you use a picture of him on Twitter, he'll sue you. So
he claimed he invented the devil horns.
Well, he's part of that tribe. So
he is a god of thunder.
Yeah. So I don't know, man, but man, I don't even know where to go from here. Do we even bother getting into NXT? Do we just wrap it up here? We're I don't know. I don't know what you guys want to do. I do have to pee.
I mean, you can piss if you need to.
Well, I know I can piss. There's like fucking 12 people on the phone. I can fucking
Just wash your fucking hands.
Yeah, just don't piss on nobody and wash your hands.
There's no one
Wash
here,
your
and I got
goddamn
Purell sitting beside me. Jesus Christ, I'm fine, guys. Take it easy.
Wash your fucking hands.
I got Purell beside me, you son of a bitch.
Go wash your fucking hands.
Did you not see my giant bottle of Purell that I'm gonna bag up in fucking dime bags?
I don't know, man. I think we've talked about it long enough. Unless there's anything else anybody else wants to hit.
I don't know. I mean, like I said,
we covered as much as we know about the coronavirus. Right now.
I mean, we can. Like I said, if you guys want to get NXT real quick, we can talk about Daniel Bryan's balls showing on Elimination Chamber if you guys want to.
And I'm so glad I missed that. Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah, and I posted that on the Facebook page, and like everyone acted like it was the fucking plague. Like, okay, if you can't find somebody went to work, somebody did a job to support their family, their wife, their kid, themselves, and while they were performing their task for their employer in front of their customer base during their 9-to-5 job, their testicles came out. If you can't find that at least slightly amusing, if you, I don't need you in my life.
I thought I laugh reacted it. If I didn't, it's because I was sick. I apologize.
I think you did. You did. Like 2 people did, but everybody else was like, "Oh man, if I talk about this, people are gonna think I'm gay, and then I'm never gonna."
Look, I guarantee they're still breaking his balls. No pun intended there. Nah. Yeah,
Do you plan that 25 minutes ago? Come on, man. That was a planted seed. That was a planted nut.
Planted nut. There you
Planter's nut, planted nut, whatever.
Shit. I mean, like I said, if you guys want to get NXT real quick, which had fans at it, those looked and sounded like the same fans from the Full Sail to me. Do you guys want to get into it? I mean, there really wasn't a lot of meat going in it. There was Keith Lee was a big part of it, the Cameron Grimes match. I don't know. Do you guys want to get into that, or you
Dude,
just want to wrap it up?
How can you say there was a lot of meat going into it and then say Keith Lee was there? 350-pound solid fucking dude.
I mean, there's really not much to get into because I feel like in general, to Bobby's point earlier, like the whole world is like should be on pause right now. All of these shows going forward for the foreseeable future are going to be treading water.
Oh yeah.
I don't think anything major, honestly, in any organization right now is going to be. They're not going to have any major plot points week to week because we just don't know.
Well,
I don't think they want to put out a big time storyline if there's not going to be a chance to pay it off in the foreseeable future.
Well, we did mention one thing and just kind of breeze past it, which was the fact that Ciampa and Gargano did literally tear up and fucking just terrorize the goddamn Performance Center on Wednesday night. They really did. They broke mirrors. They fucking they broke tables. They were fucking up the Performance Center on Wednesday night. I don't know who of us. I'm sure Bobby and Shaheen didn't see it. I apologize for leaving you guys out real quick, but I want to get these guys started on something while I go take a piss real quick. So, I mean, they really did tear that goddamn Performance Center up. Like I said, they broke mirrors and shit. They broke pictures. They were fucking up the goddamn Performance Center, which was, and
poor old Kofi Kingston, he had his WrestleMania poster that he was in bashed over somebody's head.
Yeah, and they did go off that little perch they have there.
Which is kind of fucked up because, okay, every other picture had people that shared something else in common. Why did you pick the picture of Kofi Kingston to use as a weapon?
Well, man, you're digging here.
This is what happens when you trust me to drive content. You really think about this?
Jesus Christ, you're digging here. But they did brawl throughout the whole Performance Center right there, and it was good. And at the end, they did go, like I said, they went off that perch. That was Drake Maverick that got punched in the face, right?
I think so.
Shaheen, that was Drake Maverick. Oh, you
Oh,
didn't
you
see
mean
it.
Drake Younger?
Drake Younger. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Drake Maverick is Rockstar's bud, but that was him, and yeah, he sold that shit like he was dead.
He did. He just straight up just fucking crumbled.
He
Fell right
died.
on over.
He died from a quick right hand from Johnny Gargano, and I don't know, that to me though was probably the best part. And again, that was really furthering a storyline. Luckily, they had a crowd there though to work off of. So I don't know what you guys thought about that whole thing. Anthony, I don't know if you even watched SmackDown. Smark, I know you said you did.
I call highlights. I'm not gonna lie and say I watched the whole show, but I just will say this as far as Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are concerned. God damn, like just when you think that they've exhausted all possibilities with their interactions, they continue to raise the bar. And like just even going back to last week, the week before, the little sit down with Johnny Gargano and Mauro Ranallo. That really kind of made me like, God damn, like who knew Gargano had that in him, that heel work in him. This is a promo, so I continually am amazed at how they can pull rabbits out of the hat and keep this feud interesting and fresh.
Yeah, it was interesting because, okay, what happened essentially was you had Ciampa coming out and he was on the warpath. He was calling out for Gargano to come out there, and Gargano they show him on the big screen, Titantron, whatever it is that you call it in NXT, but he starts talking, and like Ciampa just gets tired of hearing him talk, so he just goes to the backstage area and finds him. And it's like it was cool to see it happen, but like it kind of cracks the fourth wall a little bit. Because like there's so many times where you have people come out there and they're like pissed off at the person or whatever they're supposed to be, and they're like, "Oh, come out here so I can kick your ass," and then they like show them cutting a promo backstage, and you know that the other person knows exactly where it is that they are, but they just sit there and then they don't do anything. So like the fact that he was like the only person to figure out, hey, he's probably backstage. I could probably just go fuck him up if I want to. It's like he's the first person in history to have that revelation. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty interesting. I thought it was a good segment overall. But like you said, props to them because they've been feuding for what seems like an eternity. So good for them to still be able to find ways to keep it new and keep it fresh.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned breaking the fourth wall with that. Like they probably know where they are backstage because we've seen those promos. That's like a wrestling trope that goes back fucking decades at this point. There was a funny one. I don't know if you guys remember it. It was a Raw. I want to say it was around 97-ish. You got Shawn Michaels and Jim Ross in the room, in the ring, just doing an in-ring interview. And this was at the height of Shawn Michaels being a dick on TV. So I know what it was. They were building up to a Hell in a Cell with Taker. So Shawn was in there being Shawn, talking trash. And they throw to the Titantron. Now, mind you, this was a pre-tape promo from The Undertaker. So, Taker, does his Taker promo, Shawn, you're going to rest in peace, and all that creepy shit, right? And Shawn says something to the effect of, if you are a man, you come out here and face me. Knowing this man is not back there. So that once again, Shawn being Shawn, that kind of buried him in the promo a little bit, and so yeah, it's just like they know it's there, but the ones that know they can get away with shit, they'll kind of throw it out there and just do what they can, and just they don't. Certain wrestlers, I feel like, regardless of wrestling tropes, things that have been done a certain way for years upon years, certain wrestlers care about their credibility more than others. So if they feel like something's going to be stupid and going to make them look bad, they're going to go like, fuck it. And if they know they had a stroke to get away with shit, they're going to do it.
Mm-hmm. And like, okay, nothing really too significant did happen on NXT. There's a couple of matches they're doing, qualifying matches. I guess they're having a women's ladder match at the NXT TakeOver event in Tampa. If that happens, theoretically, there's that. But anyways, that's what they were building for during the show. They also they're doing a teaser vignette for a debut that's supposed to be happening. More than likely it's going to end up being like Killer Cross is what the rumor is. And like, man, I kind of feel bad for the dude. because he spent fucking like 2 or 3 years in the purgatory. Well, probably like a year in the fucking purgatory that is Impact. Yeah. And then he fucking fought tooth and nail to get out of his contract. Now he's all set for his big debut, and this is when the time fucking coincides with it. It's like, whew, like you bad luck. Bad luck.
They could always just keep playing the vignettes and give it some time, which it would be fine with me. I got no issues with that.
Now, Box, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Because we've been prone to make fun of an NXT crowd. Mm-hmm. If it comes down to NXT having to perform amongst empty people, do you think the matches will still come across had an epic feel without the sheep, the NXT sheep to kind of lead things along? Fight forever and all that. And like that.
How will we know what is and isn't awesome, and what is and isn't awesome?
Absolutely. How will we chant "Holy shit" when they're just staring each other down? I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah. It might come off a little odd. Again, man, it's just you don't realize how much the crowd has to do with the show until there isn't any.
Yeah, and I just can't picture guys going out there balls out if there's no people in the building. That would be kind of like pointless.
Yeah,
I will say we pretty much promised that we weren't really going to shit on SmackDown because these are some crazy circumstances that they're doing it in. But like, what I thought was funny was like the Miz was the only person that thought to look at the camera and not at the non-existent crowd.
True, Miz. Look, man, I've said before I'm a fan of the Miz. He's gone through some hell, and he pushed through it. And unfortunately, you can't deny the guy's a veteran at this point. Knows what to do, man. I like the Miz. He's a smart guy. Knows how to work the camera. Knows how to do everything. And again, I've called him another workhorse of WWE because he'll do all those, media shit and all the shit that no one else wants to do, and he's good for it. He can toe that company line as good as John Cena. So he's a very useful asset to WWE in the media.
It did just kind of strike me as funny, though, because you just, like, I know that you're normally trained not to really kind of look at the camera, to look at the crowd and all that, in television or whatever. But everybody that's watching the show knows that there's nobody there. Yeah. So you had a bunch of people that were, like, doing promos that were just staring at the back wall that was completely empty.
That speaks to the current state of wrestling right now and what makes it so... Well, what contributes to making it so unappealing for me, because there's no way in hell that would have gone down in the 80s and the 90s when I was watching. And that just shows you that right now they don't know how to do anything other than what they rehearsed. Mm-hmm. Nothing. They have no clue how to pivot. How do you read a crowd if there is no crowd? Act like the crowd is there. They don't know how to not do what's driven in their heads. It's awful. I mean, I hate to be that dude that shits on everything pro wrestling. There's so many shows on YouTube and so many podcasts that do that. It's just that they make it so easy to shit on them because it's just so shitty right now.
You're right, man, and I can't even argue with that point at all. But I don't know. Guys, did you guys have any other news, or do we just wrap it up as the COVID-19 and a half show?
Nah, I mean, it's just no other news other than, like, Ring of Honor been canceling shows and a lot of promotions that were clinging to hope that they could still run. And like I said, it's a brave new world right about now.
Yeah, I guess just stay tuned every day. And this shit is changing every day. Yeah. Again, all the shit you see coming out of the media, please do a little bit of research as you're going through it. Figure out what you think is true, and just
use common sense and
common courtesy. Be unselfish. Yeah. Please, I beg you to be unselfish during this time right now. Wash your hands, all that shit. And I don't know what else to say, guys. Anything else, guys?
Yeah.
All right. I think that wraps it up.
Well, then I will go ahead and get
Be safe out there.
I will go ahead and get our usual take y'all drunken ass home music going. and we can once again do the plugs and wrap this motherfucker up. Shaheen, please spend as little time as possible, please.
Yeah, I'll take 22 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Check out chairshottees.com. Check out nuclearheatshop.com. Check out the Wrestling Overdose on Patreon, as well as iTunes, everywhere else. And also be on the lookout for clotheslinemedia.com. So that'll be out. And Modern Vintage Wrestling, ICW New York, a bunch of other, hopefully a bunch of other events coming up soon. We'll see.
All right, brother. Hopefully, man. There you go.
But be safe out there, folks.
Definitely. Be safe. Check out
safe.
Check out the High Marks over there. You can check them out on the Metal Mitt Network over there on Mixlr and on YouTube also. And Bobby, let it go, man.
Yep, Inhuman Experience with myself and Bobby Blades. We talk the strange and unexplained, paranormal, esoteric, all that good stuff. We try to drop every Sunday or Monday. We've been going pretty consistently. Once again, thanks to my partner, my ace, my fellow Inhuman, Bobby Blaze. The man is a workhorse and a blessing. We have a pretty special episode coming out this weekend that I'm very proud of. So check it out. You can find that just about everywhere where podcasts are available. You can follow us on Twitter at IEXP_podcast. Also, check me out every week, every Saturday on Saturday Morning Cartoons. That's morning with a U. More good stuff. It's not my show, but I do have a segment on there, and it's another show that I'm proud of. So there you go.
There you go. Proud is good.
Yo, I got one update.
Yeah.
One update that we should probably wrap up with this, actually. So the New York Times just put this out real quick. Let me read this off to you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So last month, officials at the Center for Disease Control, basically based on the studies that they have in Italy and everywhere else, they're saying that if it spreads the way that it's spreading and the way that they think it's going to spread, the estimates are about 160 million people to 214 million people in the U.S. infected, which is like basically 2/3 of the population. 2.4 million to 21 million people needing hospitalization. 200,000 to 1.7 million people dead. This is just based on their, what they foresee possibly happening. So I'll post this up if anybody wants to check it out. I'll put it in the chat room right now, but they just put this out.
All right. Thank you for ending on a high note, Shaheen.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. Anyway.
Yeah. I don't think that's happening, but happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy something. But there you go. And I guess I'll keep going with the plugs. To check out the Unscripted Wrestling Podcast. That is Eric, Doug, and Daniel, and others over there. You can check them out on all the usual podcast platforms. And, of course, Stephen Milan, the man that shares the show. We really appreciate it. Letterboxd, BOXD.com/Stephen Milan, 2 L's in Milan. And you guys know where you can get us. You can follow us on Spreaker, Facebook, Dirt Sheet Dudes, everywhere. And that is it right there, guys. We appreciate it. We will see you guys Sunday night for the Hollywood Hangout. And Bobby, appreciate you joining us. Shaheen, glad we can still do this, man. And we will, that's it. We'll talk to you guys later. See ya!
Peace.
Peace.
Can't stay here. You got to go home. Go home. Go home. It's time to take your drunken ass home. It's all right.